I'm just doing a little bit more. I don't want to say prep because I'm not really prepping, but I am just getting my computer up and running. Michelle's always like all ready to go, and I'm always flying by the seat of my pants. So you get to experience it from both sides. Let me get up YouTube. Give me a, I don't know if you guys can, well, let me do it on here first. Let's make sure I'm seeing everyone. Ah, there you go. Just say, oh shoot, let me mute that. Just let me know if you can hear me because I am using my headset today. Hopefully that'll give us consistent sound. And let me get the rest of my goodies. Here's all my thread colors. Do you like my box of fun? How like unorganized it? This is what the inside of my head looks like right now. Chaos. But that's okay. It's controlled chaos. So these are the colors I'm going to be using. That's in the supply list. And I didn't put a thread kit together because it was so, there were like, I think it was like 17 different colors. And, but that is in the supply list. If you want to order any of this, you can order that as well. I'm going to be working in a 9.5 by 14-inch hoop. I know that looks giant, doesn't it? And I thought today I would try these bobbins because I haven't even tried them yet. I'm usually a big trier before I sell them, but I think they're going to be great. These are the little special that we're doing. So I was thinking I would go ahead and use one of these pre-wound bobbins. I'm a pre-wound bobbin girl. I do not wind my own bobbins. It's very, very rare. That feels okay. Okay, I like to feel it. It's a little shiny. So I'm just going to go ahead and load that to my machine. Let's put that in. How did I do that? Oh, here it is. I'm like, I lost the cover. All right. I have everything cut and ready to go. And, oh, you know what I needed to check? Let me make sure my design is on here. I grabbed my USB out of my machine. I have been transferring designs wirelessly. I know you're finding that hard to believe, but I like, now that I've done it, I can't stop. I haven't done it here in the store. So I'm not going to do it right now. I have my two machines that I use at home are my 10 needle, and I use my 10 needle and my my Luminaire. And so one is called my Lovey and one is called my Baby. And I can't even remember, like I have to try both of them because I can't remember who's who. But I am going to go ahead and just give this a little press to get us started. I'm going to just make sure my design is there too. Hang on. Hang on one more second. Oop. Oop. Oh, see, it is there. It is there, but I start to panic and then I can't find something. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and there it is. Now it's there twice. All right. let's go through our instructions. I don't want to lead you astray. Sometimes I go on autopilot, but what we're going to be working on today is we are going to be working on this right here. And hey, Lori, can you cut me a piece of this that is 7 inches? 7 inches. That's it. Down a piece that's 12. Thank you. So if you are doing this one, this colorway, then you should have cut a piece of this. This is fairy frost. Of the fairy frost, I think it's 12 inches by 7 inches. And you need to put on a piece of shape flex on the back. If you don't put the shape flex on the back, you're going to see the shadow of the leaf fabric. So you just need to, and if you just use a whole big piece, I didn't even cut it down, I think, when I did it. But this will shadow through your light fabric right here that's going to go on top. If you're doing the dark colorway and you are, which is going to have this polka dot fabric right here, you don't need to put shape flex on it. It's dark enough. And I wanted to show you some other stuff. So this is going to be what it's going to look like in the tri-stand. Okay, so this is the regular tri-stand. It's somebody came in, they were like, oh, it's much smaller than I thought. So that's the regular tri-stand. There's lots of other designs that you can do as well. And I grabbed the Christmas one, but I think I left it by my desk. Like this one is Live, Love, and Laugh. This one is Luck of the Irish. So she's got them for every single holiday, multiples of the different holidays. And they're really, really fun to do, and they don't take a long time. So, yeah, these are great. Now, this is the regular tri-stand right here that you're looking at this on.
Did you want it by 12, or are you going to?
12.
Okay, go by 12.
Yeah, thank you. And then she also now has these, which are the wall hangers. So there's this one, and there's this one, and we have them back in stock. So if you don't have any counter space and you have wall space, then you can get the wall hangers, which are totally cute. And on your supply list, I also put in modifications. So if you ever want to do the larger stand, so the larger stand is 6 inches by 12 inches. So this one's the 4x9. And that's okay. And on my desk, there's one of these that's the Santa Claus one.
Okay.
There's only 2 of the panels. I don't know if you could grab that so I could show it to him.
Is it pre-made already, or is it a panel?
It's like stitched out like these. Yeah. So there is also a 6x12. So see how much bigger it is? So that's the 6x12. And I put modifications in there. If you ever want to do this size, which would be, I stitched this one out. Hop. Isn't that cute? So you could use this, and this will fit into the 6x12. So the instructions are in the supply list. If you didn't get a supply list, you can email me, and then I can send it to you. But I just wanted to show you some of the others. We have so many of them stitched out in the store, but that's kind of all I could find this morning when I was running around. So I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. And let's go ahead and get started. So what you need to have cut is these are going to be your background fabric. So mine are a little wrinkled. I'm just going to give them a little press just to put them down. Thank you.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is one of my favorites. And I can't find the third tile or the third thing that hangs down. So we're missing tis the. And but isn't that so cute? So this one with that, like the stitching in the back, I just absolutely love this one. This one is super, super cute. So I'm just going to give these a little press. Whoop. Are we hot? I think I'm hot. The wall hangers are great. Did you put yours up, Lynn? Because I think you got a wall hanger, didn't you? Would the larger one work on the... It won't. The wall hanger will not work with that. So it would be, but it's the 6x10 hanger. And I think it's surprising because they're the same price. So when we first started doing them, the wall hangers were like $20. And I was like, oh, it's kind of expensive. The wall hangers, or not the wall hangers, but the tri-stands, They're now up to I think they're $28.99. So they are a little bit pricey. I totally get it. But if you're doing the sew along today and you want to get anything, I'll give you 15% off. So just say 15% off sew along price. So if you want to order anything today, just put that in your notes. There's a spot where you can put your notes in. These are going to be the backs. The reason you have 6 is because it's an envelope back. I'll show it to you. Who doesn't love an envelope back? I just love it. So it just opens up like that, and we can seam it shut. Oh my goodness, I forgot my iron was on for a second. I only have tearaway and no show. Well, yeah. You know, as far as the stabilizers, I kind of prefer cutaway because it stays in there and it's not as crunchy as a tearaway. But you don't have to be super like with the supply list. You don't have to stick to it exactly. Like if you don't have the kits are kitted with the Thermalon because that's what Janine Babich asked for. But sometimes I'll do these and I'll just use regular batting, or you could use a fusible fleece, or you can use other things. So, so what you should have is you should have 6 of the 5x5s. You're going to press under 1/2 inch one side of the 3. So when I do that, I like to use a little best press. Here's my best press. And I like to use my hot ruler. Hopefully I can find it. And if we don't have our hot ruler, I'm just going to eyeball it. But I'm a hot ruler kind of girl. Maybe it's out front with Michelle. Hey, Michelle, do you have the hot ruler back there? Or do you know where the hot ruler is? Okay. Michelle says it's in here, but I don't see it. Oh, it is under. Okay, here's a hot ruler. I love a hot ruler. And it's just this like felty piece of, I don't even know what it is. But what I'll do is just to get this so it just turns under really well, I'll spray it beforehand. Fold this over. This is non-directional, but you can look at it if you feel like there's a direction that you see. And then I'll just press it back to the 1/2 inch mark. Are you guys even seeing that?
Did you find it?
I found it. It was like under this.
Yeah, everything for pressing is in that Betty basket.
I told Michelle, because I don't do a lot of sew-alongs here at the store, I was like, I feel like I'm cooking in somebody else's kitchen. You know how that is. Normally I pack all my stuff, but this morning I got up and hopped on my computer and tried to get some work done. And then I packed last night. So is my hang on. It's not even really hot. So 1/2 inch. And like I said, I'll spray it just because it'll get it to kind of hold better. You could use a folding pen. I know a lot of you love your Clover folding pens. And these come in different sizes. So they have this long, skinny one. They have one that's more squared. And then they have like a new one that's like a jumbo size. But I feel like hot ruler has to be part of your sewing room. One more. Tickle it down to 1/2 inch. Yeah, the clapper is amazing too, Miss Rolo. My iron's not super, super hot, so I'm not getting that great press yet. All right, there. Now it's hot. Okay. So those are the 3 that they want you to have turned under. So 1, 2, 3, and then these are my other 3.
Oops, I
One,
want there. I want there.
2, 3. All right. These are my pieces of fabric for the applique. So I love this. This is glitter grunge, or is it glitter grunge, or no, it's metallic. And they discontinued it. I'm so sad. So there was like a yard of this and I just grabbed it because maybe I'll never be able to get it again. This is from Moda. And then this is also a metallic. So depending on your fabric kit, if you had the light colorway, there was a regular orange in there. If you had the dark colorway, then the metallic one went in there. They just went better. You know, the different ones went better with each of the fabrics. So you have your three of these. You have your six of the 5x5s, 1/2 inch on one side of pressed under on one of the sides on 3 of them. And then you're going to have your 12x7, and this is your background fabric. Because what it's going to do is you are going to, and you can just keep it all in one piece. But we are going to, and you don't have to cut it apart right now. As we do this, you're going to either have the black or you're going to have this cream. And you're going to lay it down, we'll cut. You lay it down, we'll cut, and you lay it down and we'll cut. So that's why you have one big piece. If you want to cut it down in smaller pieces, you can, but you don't need to. All right, put that back. So that's for the accent fabric behind the embroidery. Fuse fusible web to the reverse side of that. And I didn't put fusible web on it. I'm just going to use some spray. I'm going to use Ganol KK100 to put that down. But if you want to use fusible web, you could use like a Steam-A-Seam or a Misty Fuse or something like that, but you really don't need it. As long as you use a little bit of spray or something like that, and then the embroidery is going to stitch on top of it. Okay? Okay. So, 2 notes. If your choice of fabrics allows, this is where it talks about the Shape Flex 101 or whatever fusible woven you're going to use. Light fabric, you need something. Dark fabric, you don't need anything. Your applique fabrics. So your applique fabrics, we already went over those. It says to cut it down the 3.5 inch squares if you want. I'm just using them on these small pieces. And I'll just lay them down as I go. But you can cut them down 3.5 inches if you want. Spray with starch, press until dry, and then fuse fusible web. They're small pieces. So if you want to do that, you can. I feel like that's going to be more work than you need. But if you've already done it, great. If not, maybe just give it a little spray. We can go ahead and like kind of starch it a little bit with your best press. You just don't want it wrinkled. And this, I'm just going to use a little corner of this. Am I like the lazy embroiderer? I feel like mine came out beautifully and I didn't go ahead and do all of that stuff. But if you want to do that, you can. I did not use my cutter either. Because you know why? I still haven't done that. This is like all I needed. This was from the last one that I did. So I'll just go ahead and get the wrinkles out. So you do want to get the wrinkles out. Isn't the fabric beautiful, Dory? It's so pretty. Okay. For me, that is ready. Hang on, I'm going to pull this down a little bit so I can see your comment. On your site for this. Oh, you know what? Betty, those aren't on there. You can just reach out. Or you could just use our affiliate link and go directly to OESD, or you can call me and I can help you find your designs that you're looking for. Shannon Roberts. That's what you're looking for, is Shannon Roberts. Okay. There's your digital cutter. I'm not doing digital cutter. Now you need your fusible fleece. And there's going to be 6 4 1/8 by 7 1/2. And here are 3 of mine for right now. So what I included in your kit is going to be what she recommended, which is the fusible fleece, the Thermalon Plus, and that's what's going to be in the kits. And so you need to cut down to 6. It's always been there, Betty. Try it again, and we'll talk about it later. So there's 4 1/8 by 7 1/2. These are the rectangles that we're going to be using. It gives your project, gives it like a little bit of loft in there. All right. And then our ribbon. So we're going to have ribbon. I'll go grab mine in just a little bit. Embroidery, before beginning to embroider, please read the entire worksheet. I've read it so you don't have to do it. Do not color sort. So I am going to load my designs all at once, but I'm not going to color sort. I'm going to stitch one, then I'll stitch the next one, and then I'll stitch. There was no ribbon. No, I didn't put ribbon in your kits because I was like, I didn't know. You know why? Because I couldn't choose. I just didn't even know what to choose. That was like, for me, just a personal decision. So you don't have ribbon in your kit. That's something that you're going to need to pull out. If you don't have it pulled out, don't worry. We'll take a minute and you can go grab some ribbon to go. Hoop one layer. So it wants you to hoop a layer of medium tearaway. I prefer cutaway for this project just because it's softer. I feel like tearaway's kind of crunchy and they're not asking you to tear any of it away. So I just have a piece of medium cutaway in my hoop, but you can use whatever you want. And I'm going to go ahead and just slide this onto my machine to get it out of the way. If you want to use no-show mesh, you can use no-show mesh. If you want to use tearaway, you can use tearaway. I'm a loosey-goosey when it comes to the type of stabilizer for this. And you need to be able to 5 3/8 by 8 inch. So that's why I am in my 9.5 by 14 inch hoop. And load the machine with a 80-12 top stitch needle. And I have an 80-12 needle in there right now. You could use an embroidery needle. That would be fine too. So a 75-11 might have been what I used when I stitched this out at home. I really go between those two needles. 75-11 anti-glue needle and my 80-12 Microtex needle. And sometimes I'll go up to a 90-14 embroidery needle. They don't make an 80-12 embroidery needle. I don't know why. I've never seen one before. But so when I want a medium size, I'll go to my 80-12 Microtex needle as long as I'm not on like a knit. Okay, let's go ahead and load this in and we are going to get stitching. Come on over. Here we go. All right. Let me turn this towards me. Good to see you, Miss Nora. All right, here are my designs. I'm going to go ahead and mine, I'm going to tilt to the side so I can fit them in. And the first one is going to be happy. So let's go ahead and just put them in order if you are going to load them all in now. And I'm going to go ahead and touch set. And I'm going to choose my hoop size because what it shows you on this screen is your entire size. I want to utilize my hoop size, which is going to be 9.5 by 14. And let's say, okay, edit, rotate. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to the right. If you want it to be in the orientation I'm doing, then do that. So again, choose your hoop size. So now I have an outline of my 9.5 by 14. I'm going to rotate and just hit 90 degrees to the right. I'm just going to pop them all the way up to the top. But make sure you don't go out of your embroidery field. If you do, when you try to go to the next screen, it'll tell you your design is too large and you know something is over the line. I'm probably about like 1 click inside of that line. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to go ahead and add. And let's go ahead and add, it's on my USB. I'm going to add the next one. So if you are doing one at a time, that's totally fine too. Don't worry about it. I'll give you time to rehoop. So I'm going to go ahead and hit set, edit, rotate. I'm going to go 90 degrees to the right. That's centered, so I'm not going to move it at all. Okay. I'm going to go okay, and we're going to add one more. Back to my USB. And whoops, that's not it. That's okay because this is dating. I can push on anything. I'm not committed to anything until I hit the word set. So I'm going to go giving. Set. Edit. Rotate. 90 degrees to the right. And I'm going to take it and put it all the way down at the bottom. But if you didn't have your outline put up there, it would be confusing. You wouldn't know where to take that design all the way to. This is how you utilize your entire work area. All right, I'm good. I'm going to say okay. In her instructions, she says don't color group. And I imagine that's because maybe as you're stitching, maybe it kind of pulls in a little bit. So I would just we're just going to do one at a time. It's going to go from one design. It usually will stitch out whatever you put in first, and then second, and then third, and it'll go in that order. What color are you going to start with? So if you're on the light color, I started with linen, because what we're going to be doing is going to be doing the quilting. Because I'm going to be on the dark color, I am just going to do black, because my fabric, this fabric is black. So the first color that you're going to see is going to be also the color that you're going to be doing your quilting. So for me, I'm going black. Light colorway, linen, and if you don't have linen, just a cream. Whatever color is going to kind of go with that. So I'm going to put this in. And if you like what you see, touch embroidery. And we're good to go. There's a lot of thread around here. Maybe I should have put a black bobbin in. We'll see. Usually if it's just like a little bit of stitching like this, it'll be fine. Oh my goodness. Poppy was here yesterday and she was into trouble. She grabbed my, of course it's like new product. And thankfully it was just a thing of clips. And she like chewed through the packaging, dumped out all the clips, chewed up all the clips. She had a good time. All right. First thing it wants you to do is color 1, stitch the placement line for the fleece and background fabric directly on the stabilizer. Just go ahead and hit start. Remove the hoop from the machine, spray the hooped stabilizer with spray adhesive and center. I'm not going to remove it. I'm just going to spray my stabilizer, but your piece of fleece with the fusible side up. That's important. You need your fusible side up. If you have your spray tent, get your spray tent. If you have a spray box, get your spray box. Have your iron heated up. You guys know I am a spray tent girl. Oh, I don't know what happened to the cardboard in here. It's gone. Okay, we're just going to spray in it. We'll put a cardboard piece over it. Mine at home has a piece of cardboard in it. So I just, I can change it out if I need to. But this is a dime spray tent right here. And I'm just going to spray 3 of these right now. So, you're going to be putting it with the fusible, which is the bumpy side up. So I'm going to spray it on the back side. And you know what? Since I'm doing one at a time, well, I'll just spray them now and I'll put these up on the top of the machine. So soft side up, bumpy side down. I'm not a heavy sprayer. You can barely hear this coming out. My new spray bottle at home is like, it sprays heavy and I can't control it. I feel like out of control with it. So I'm going to take these other 2 and I'm going to put them on top of my machine. So those are sprayed and ready to go. We'll put these up here for later. 1, 2. And then this one I'm going to grab. And you're going to just take this and you are going to lay it down right in this inside. It's going to be smaller. It should be a little bit smaller. Should, just like, it's probably like an 1/8 of an inch, between an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch. If you have icky stuff on it. Actually, you're going to have layers. Don't worry about it. All right. Placement line for the fleece and background fabric. Remove the hoop. We didn't, well, we did a little bit. Lay your fleece down within the stitching line with the fusible side up Yes, it is considerably smaller than the outline. This is so that the fleece is not caught in the final line of stitching, which helps to reduce bulk around the perimeter of the final project. Cover with one 5x9 piece of background fabric, and you're going to press with an iron to adhere the background fabric to the fleece. I guess we do have to take him out. Let's go ahead and grab him. So we are going to go ahead. Sometimes I'll use, when I do these, sometimes I'll use regular fleece. And I will just spray everything down. Get your 5x9s, the long ones. You have 3 of them. I'm going to put them in my spray tent. Wrong side up. Don't go crazy with the spray. And the spray tent is so nice because then the aerosol doesn't get all over your room. But I would recommend a piece of cardboard in the bottom of this so you can like change it out. Even though if you look at mine, I haven't changed it out since I've gotten it. I kind of like it. It just shows like, yeah, I use my stuff a lot. We'll keep this spray tent because we're going to, we're going to have some applique pieces. Okay, here's your hoop. Center your fabric. I know it's non-directional, but if your eye is attracted to it being a certain way, I like it like that. Lay it down. Peek underneath so you have an equal amount of fabric over the edges and an equal amount of fabric top and bottom. So that looks pretty good. You should have, what, like 1/4 inch, almost 1/2 inch on either side. And now it wants you to go ahead and press it as well, and it's going to get pressed to that fusible part. If we are ironing, do we need to spray? Won't ironing fuse it? Yes. Yeah, I guess I didn't have to do that. It's habits. So I'm going to go ahead and fuse that one down. And it says, press with an iron to adhere the background fabric to the fleece. It is not necessary to pin the perimeter. Return the hoop to the machine. Okay. I'm going to stick to the instructions on here and do it exactly like well, I already did things differently. But, but when I do these, I don't even fuse it. And I just normally, a lot of times, will just use regular batting. So if you don't have the Thermalon, you have regular batting, you can just use that and you can just spray it down. Okay, so we are ready to go. It says we're going to go ahead and you're going to stitch color 2. If you're on the light colorway, just go ahead and do the linen. If you're on the dark colorway, you can do black or whatever color you want. And it's going to stitch that outline stitch for the fabric. Ready, set, go. And if you're doing black with white, I always watch it stitch out in the very beginning. And if I feel like I'm seeing a pin dot of the white, I'll stop it and change out my bobbin. But it's not showing anything, so I think we're good. I don't want to show you all my bad habits, all my bad stitching habits. So that was step number 2, the perimeter tack down stitch and placement line for your accent fabric panel, a placement line for positioning the ribbon tabs. We'll stitch near the upper edge. And then you're going to slip the prepared accent fabric beneath the presser foot until it covers the placement line. So get your accent fabric. For me, mine is my black with the tiny dots right here. And I'm just going to spray this like end right there. If I can find my can. All right, here we go. Before she came out with the Christmas set, Oh, yeah. Was that her first? Like, we've been doing Janine Babich for a long time in our shop. I mean, since we opened, we love her. So we do her designs. Come on over. Your accent fabric. Now you know where to put it. And I found this confusing because it's going to go right into this. And make sure you don't put it too far over because remember, you have to use this for your next couple of hoopings. You're going to lay that down. Color 1, fleece. Stitch the perimeter tack down. We did that. Slip the prepared accent fabric. So we just put that until it covers the placement line. Remember, this piece of fabric is sized to be used for 3 panels and position it accordingly. Stitch color 3, the accent panel quilting and cut line. And the placement area for the cornucopia is going to be sewn too. So just go ahead and hit start. So you're going to see right here on your screen, it is going to do everything. You'll see it better with the cream. And then you're going to trim around this. So get your, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use a pair of snips. I can't wait to get my Kimberbell snips, but I want to make sure I can fill all the orders first, so I haven't taken one yet. I know this is going to be harder to see because I'm dark on dark. If you want, you could do it with maybe like a gold or something. I know Dory, they're so beautiful. I love her. We've done table runners. We've done wall hangings. We've done the long wall hangings. Her stuff is beautiful. They do. They stitch out beautifully. Like if you look at the detail on this, let's look at the detail. We'll have Patrick come in and talk about it. But, I mean, I didn't trim that thread, huh? But look how beautiful it is. I love a satin stitch, and then when it does like this little running stitch around it, it just makes it pop. So it is really, really, really beautiful. So when we get to the next step, it does ask you to put another piece of medium tearaway underneath. If you have something like this is a medium cutaway, I'm not going to put another piece underneath. If you're using just a piece of no-show mesh, why don't you get another piece of stabilizer that you're going to slip underneath there? But if you have something at least this thick, I think you should be fine. I just used my medium tearaway and I didn't put another piece underneath. And look, it's stitched out beautifully. There was no pulling, no puckering. It just came out great. So what it just did is it did that quilting in the background and the placement stitch for the cornucopia. We're going to trim. So go ahead and trim, and then we'll do that satin stitch around. And I wrote my colors out, so I'll let you know which colors I used as we go step to step. So let's go ahead and... And we still have some kits left. I don't have any of the light colorway, but I think I have like 5 or 6 of the dark colorway. Do you have to have or still have the Boo pattern she did? I think I have that. I have to look. The boo is cute. Are you asking because you saw Miss Lynn Geldmeyer's and it was so beautiful? Is that like adorable? So cute. Now it wants you to do, now we're going to go to our list where it's going to give us all our stitch out stuff. So, we did that. Remove the hoop from the machine. Trim the accent fabric very close to the cut line and then return the hoop to the machine. I just leave mine on here and cut if I can. And now we're going to our instructions right here. So CTC stands for change thread color. Okay, it just means a new color. CTC for the detail stitching on the cornucopia horn. Cover the horn placement line with the prepared fabric. Wait, I'm looking at my screen. I must have skipped something because first thing we want to do is we want to do change thread color for the accent fabric, satin stitch, border, and stitch. So we're going to do that first. And that's what you should see on your screen. The color I used was, I didn't write that one down. I think I used, let me look. This one is, yeah, I use sage. So I'm going to go ahead and put my sage in. But whatever color you want, it's going to go right around the black. Let me go ahead and take out my black. And go ahead and hit start. It's just going to do that satin stitch outline. You could do a different color, like this one here. She's got it in the gold, but I'm just going to use like the colors that I used in this one. Okay? But if you want, right here, she used the gold. And if you do want to use the gold, I would go with maybe sand. So this one would be a good color. If you're on the dark colorway, sand would be really good. Next step after this, I want you to get the fabric that you're going to use for the cornucopia, and I'm going to use the gold. So this is going to be my cornucopia. Cornucopia! When I first did this one, I don't want to say I was scared. I hadn't done a Janine Babich in so long. And you know when you get used to doing something, I do a ton of Kimberbell. So I was like, well, how should I do this? And like I got confused on the cornucopia because I'm used to like placement, tack down, trim. And the cornucopia happens before with the quilting. So I really have to read it over carefully. Have you thought about a monthly Janine Babich club? Should we do that? And if we did a monthly Janine Babich club, what would you want to do? Like the tri-stands or a little bit of everything? Should we do some Janine Babich show and tell? I did, I don't have it here. I just ordered, it's a bigger wall hanging. It's not bigger. It's probably like this big. And it comes in a 4-pack. There's 4 different ones. There's a Christmas one. There's one with sunflowers. Yeah, I would totally be open to that. Should we do a Janine Babich club? We could do that. Maybe Miss Karen Bull could do that for us. How about a little of everything? I got to show you this one because people love this one. Okay. I love this one. So this is again Janine Babich. These are longer though. These would probably have to be more like a class. But this is Welcome to Our Home. So she's got a bunch of these banners, and she's got them for all the different seasons. I loved this one. This fabric was from Moda. And I did this as a class a couple years ago. Here's some of the embroidery down on the bottom. So cute. I'd never done a binding that had like, where it wasn't a right angle. So this one was, I just absolutely love that one. So we could do something like that, something that's going to be like long and skinny. Okay, this was the very first Janine Babich that I did, other than the tri-stands. And we did this as a class. Cheryl, were you in this class? Cheryl Palian? Is this so cute or what? It had the dimensional flowers. So we did the flowers on Dissolve Away. And the leaves. The leaves, we sewed the whole checkerboard together. So I'd never done anything quite like this. I did the class where I had everyone, we quilted in using IQ Designer. Were you in this class, Annette? But this one, this was a long one though. I think we did this over 2 days. And they might have had homework too. So that was another Janine Babich that we did. All right, coming back over here. We're going to do our cornucopia and we'll do some more show and tell. One of Michelle's first classes here was Janine Babich. And she did... Oh, it's cute. I can't reach it, though. It's too high up. We have it hung high up. Was that your favorite? Should we do that again? Maybe we should do that again. Okay. I'm going to give this a little shot of spray. It says you're changing the color. And for this, I did light copper. Good thing I wrote it down because I don't want to think. But I did light copper around that. I don't think that's true. Is that? Yeah, that's light copper. So you could do light copper, you could do sand, you could do anything that goes with this or kind of stands out. I'm going to show you light copper against it so you can see it. So it kind of stands out a little bit. I'm going to give that a little shot of spray, the detail on the cornucopia. Cover the horn placement line. It's hard to see on mine just because it's black on black, but I'm going to put it over there. With the prepared horn fabric or fuse, I'm not fusing, I'm going to spray. If needed, remove the hoop. We don't have to do that. So go ahead. I'm doing light copper for this step and the next step. I'm going to give this a little shot of spray. You're not going to see it because I'm spraying over here in my spray tent. And I apologize because it's so dark, so it's going to be hard to see. I'm going to just cover it like that and I should be good. And if you have this fabric, you're going to see there's some, it's grunge. So there's some variation in it. Oh my goodness. Maybe we should do that welcome wall hanging. And what was so great, guys, I didn't kit it. So everyone had their own fabric. And so when everyone was done, it was so amazing because everyone's looked different. And that's really fun sometimes, right? It's nice not to think that was a fun one. So this is going to stitch it down, and it's also going to do some decorative stitching too. Wow, I was way off. I thought it was going to stitch over here. But it's just doing this edge right here. It's in the supply list, Cheryl, and I think I added it to, I'm not sure, but I'm going to call out the colors as we go. So if you have your sheet printed out, just kind of, you can write on it. So right now I'm doing light copper. Sorry, this is shaking. And I'm doing light copper. That's going to be the next two. It did. Okay. Were we supposed to do some tearaway? You're going to see under here, it said, note, slip a piece of crisp medium weight stabilizer beneath the hoop. I didn't feel like I needed it, so I didn't do it. But I did mention if you have something like a no-show mesh, you might want to slip it under, but you have enough, you have the Thermalon on your stabilizer and your background fabric. I think you're going to be okay. Cheryl, send me a note and I'll send you the supply list. What we're going to do from now on for our sew-alongs is we're going to go ahead and we'll probably, it'll just be posted on the website where you can sign up for the sew-along. But I didn't, if you signed up for the sew-along, you got an email. If you didn't go onto the site and sign up, you didn't get an email. Okay, so, cover the horn placement with the prepared fabric or fuse the pre-cut horn in place and stitch color 5 if needed. Remove the hoop from the machine and trim the applique prior to returning the hoop to the machine. So we are going to go ahead and trim that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and move it back a little bit. My snips are going to be great. So I'm just going to go around and trim it. This fabric, I literally had 1 yard left and I just took it. Because Moda, my rep, was here last week and they discontinued it. I was like, okay, let me order more. I had no idea they were discontinuing it and they were already all sold out of everything. I was like heartbroken because I love it. So, so be stingy. Just use like an edge of it so you can do more. Yeah, I in your kits, if you got a kit, you got a fat 16th, so you should have plenty to do several. I know some of you used your scan and cut and you're waiting. You're like, oh my God, she's so slow. I know she has a scan and cut. Why doesn't she use it? Because I'm a big chicken. And I feel like I need time to like get to know the machine. And I haven't done it. Because I'm used to just doing it the old-fashioned way. Oh my goodness, is that so pretty? I know it's just so little, but it's so pretty. Okay, slide it back on. Now it's going to do, if you look at your screen, it should show you a picture of the inside of the cornucopia, like the swirly part. So just go ahead and hit start. I'm leaving my light copper in. So right now, if you look, wait, hang on. It's doing this. And it does go right on top of it. Should we do this one? Do you guys want to do this? Are you up for it? Are you up for the challenge? It is pretty darn cute, right? I don't know about you, but the first time I did it, because you have like your background and stuff and you build on top of it. Like you stitch this down and fold it down and it's just different. Her process is different than any others that I've done. But we could do this. I don't know if you can see that one. I'm going to kind of try and show it to you. Do you see? Oh, right there. That's also Janine Babich. And Michelle did that one. I know it's not great. You can't see it really well because I'm zooming in. How do I unzoom? Whoop. There we go. I did one of them flowers. So what I really want to do, maybe I can pull it up for you. I want to do one because it's kind of like this, but it's going to be much smaller. And then it's going to have dimensional stuff on it. So maybe we'll do that first. I'm going to pull up the design for you. Uh-oh. We got to go back over here. Focus, Jeannie. Focus. Whoop. Hang on. You guys there? All right, next. Let's go on. So next thing we're going to do is change the color for the horn satin stitch perimeter. And I use light copper for that as well. So the next color, I'm just going to hit start. So it's going to do the outline of this. So go ahead, Do whatever color you want, but it's doing this fancy outline. And look how special they make it with that little stitch going down the center. Like that makes it. And they do this where it's like coiled just by with stitches. I think that's always so amazing. Okay, I'm gonna find that design for you that I think I'm gonna do next. I was actually last night looking for fabric because I want to do the sunflower one. But I did buy poinsettia fabric to do it. I just don't know if I have enough time. We're gonna do it. I think you've inspired me. I think we're gonna do Janine Babich Club. It'll be so much fun. Here, you want to shop with me? I'm going to show you all her designs. Sorry, trying to get my arm to go up. But the one that I'm thinking about doing is I really want to do this one sometime because it's the table runner. It has dimensional poinsettias, and I actually started stitching those last year, and then I don't know what happened. I just never finished. This is the one. So I did get this design because I thought this might be, this might be a fun one for us to do where it's not quite as big as the welcome table runner. And I was looking for fabric that would go with the sunflowers, but I did order some of this watercolor fabric. That might be beautiful for that. So I think that's going to be the next one. No, we don't want to do that. Not now. Let's see if it. But if you guys like that one, that way it's going to be a smaller bite than this one. You know, this was a lot of work. But I think that'll be the next one. Margaret, you did that one. Did you love it? Was it so much fun? How long did it take you? Maybe we could do our pre-class prep. You guys could do the flowers, so that would be the overnight. Ellie likes it. All right, Ellie, I'm going to start looking for the right fabric, and that's going to be next. We'll do it in like January or something when we get back from the holidays. Okay, I'm stitching that out right now. What it's going to do next, though, because I want you to get your color if you haven't already, is we're doing the horn satin stitch perimeter. Then we're going to do the decorative swirls on either side of the fruit and stitch. And I did mine in ruby. So that's going to be this right here. These swirls are next. This one and this one. And ruby's kind of like a deeper red. But you can do whatever color you want. I'm going to grab my ruby. That's going to go next for me. Kind of goes with my darker leaves. Yes, I love that. I really wanted to do the poinsettias, but I just don't think we're going to have time. Okay, a day or two, we can do that. Field of Flowers is pretty. Oh, Nancy, you like the long one? Should we just, that one's going to be more, maybe that'll be like, we'll do that at the end of the year. once you guys have gotten some of the other ones down under your belt. Okay, I'm gonna put in my ruby. It's gonna do the swirls. I was losing focus because I was talking. Hi.
Because I'm not feeling well.
Okay,
You
that's
look
okay.
beautiful.
Thank you. My friend's here. My friend here. You want to be on it? Our kids went to. We met because our kids went to grade school together. So I've known Jen. Can you believe I've known you that long? 15 years. Crazy. Are you coming to our? Yes. Type in copper. See if copper comes up. Yeah. Here we go. Let's keep stitching. After it does the little swirls, will you offer kit sometime? Yeah, we'll probably kit it. Like a lot of these will kit just because it makes it easy and it makes it grab and go for you. So we're stitching the swirls right now. After this, for the leaves in the foreground and stitch, I used aloe. So I'm going to grab aloe as my next color. Here, that's next. Kits are fun, aren't they? I love the kits. You know, I was just sitting here thinking about Janine Babich Club, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think is that designed in 2 sizes or just what size you're doing?
So these designs, they only come in one size.
They
But
only
if
one size.
but the supply list I sent you modifications. So if you want to change it,
Oh,
so
Jean
this
sent
will give you,
modifications in the
yeah,
supply
it's in the
list.
supply list. So sorry, I'm hitting my This is the size that it comes in, and the modifications I sent make it so you can do the 6x12 size, and it'll fit in the 6x12 tri-stand. But their instructions, Janine's instructions, are always going to be this size. And I did that long time ago, so I hope it's perfect. But I'm going to go ahead and put in my aloe.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Reed. I haven't seen you in a
I'll
while.
take care of it for you. Bye-bye.
You love this. You love this runner. Which runner? Which one? We're going to do it. I can't. Every time you guys are like, I want to do it, I'm like, I want to do it too. Let's do it. And then Patrick's like, can you just not keep saying you're going to do stuff? I can't because I want to do it too. Oh, which one? Rita, which one are you looking for? Which table, which runner? Ooh, oh, I was talking with somebody else today that their husband was having some health issues too, so I'm so sorry. And feel free to change colors as you see fit. These are the colors I chose for the light colorway, and I'm just going to use the same colors too. Maybe something might go a little bit better than what I'm using. Mine's pretty bright, but I love it. Oh, so the pattern this is the pattern. And they just sold out again. So I have I think I have like 6 coming, but this is the pattern. And you can find it because just make Thanksgiving separate words. So just put a space in between the two. Thanksgiving, and then it'll pop up. But this is the design, what we're stitching right now. Okay, let me put the supply list. I'm gonna add the supply list to the listing for the class. Liz, I'm pretty sure you were in there, but maybe not. Let me go ahead and give me just a second. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll see if I can add the whole thing. Copy. Okay, I'm adding it to the sew along list. Wait, it's already there. It's already there. We already put it in. So just go to our website and go to the sew along listing, and it is in there. The whole supply list is in there. That's where I'm gonna start putting it, so you know where it is. I'll train you so you know that's where you're gonna find it. Okay, next color. So we just did the aloe, and then the next thing it wants is the slim branches behind the squash and stitch. I used oyster. So it's going to be these right here, I think. Yeah, these little branches here. So I used oyster, put in whatever color you want. Oyster is really pretty. It's kind of like a gray, it's kind of like a brown, but not a brown and not a gray either. So I'm going to put that in. Okay, I like to show this. This is how I take my thread out. Don't pull it back. You don't want to do this and pull it back. Just unthread it. Make sure your foot is up. That means foot is down. Tension disc is closed. That means foot is up. And just unthread it. And when it gets to here, it just literally almost falls right out. There's absolutely no tension on it. So that is how I like to remove my thread. I do not cut it and pull it at the needle. That just takes too much effort. It takes too much effort, and you know I'm a hoarder. I hoard my thread too. It's really like on a multi-needle, you end up throwing away, I mean, not a ton of thread in the grand scheme of things, but every time you do a color change and you change your thread out, you probably end up throwing like a yard of thread away. And I do struggle with that a little bit. But not anymore. I'm like, I gotta get my project done. Oh yeah, it does. I think it does. Here, I'm gonna show you. Maybe I didn't put it on there. Let's go to the listing. So we'll go A1. If it doesn't have it, I will add it. Classes, calendar. What's today? November. Wow. Oh, you know what? Oh no. Wasn't letting me click on it. Okay, I'm going to type in Thanksgiving. Ah! You're right. Fusible fleece. As per the instructions. I must have taken it out. Why would I do that? Okay, here we go. I'm going to add it in, okay? Maybe I didn't want to confuse you, but here's my little instructions. I'm going to add it in there right now. Now you get to see how all the magic happens. Thank you for pointing that out. So I just added it right here. It's going to say Janine Babich modifications to use the 6x12 tri-stand. You're going to enlarge. That's the size you're going to enlarge it to. These are the size you're going to cut your fabric as well. Okay? So I'm going to save that, and you should be able to find it there now. And I'll make sure I leave that in from now on, so you guys have that information. Yeah, I pulled it out for some reason. I think maybe I didn't want to confuse you. All right, next color. Added. We are going to do, we did the little branches and oyster. Now it wants you to do the pear interior willow. I can't remember. So when I met Patrick, okay, I was in my 20s and my late 20s when we got together. And what was I doing again? Willow. I used to call a beer that you drink, B-E-E-R, bear, like the animal. I'd be like, can you get me a bear? And nobody ever said anything to me like, what are you saying? Are you asking for a beer to drink and you're saying bear? Until I met Patrick. Nobody ever corrected me. I never even knew I was saying it wrong. So, I don't even know why I'm telling you the story. It had something to do with like sewing. There was something that I was talking about sewing wise that I said last night and Patrick corrected me, and I have to think about it. What was it? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. That's just a side note. So if I ever say anything wrong or mispronounce it, make sure you let me know. Where can I find the supply list since I purchased the design? Cindy, you can just go right onto our posting for the sew along for this, and I put the supply list there. I'm going to send it to you too. Who wants the supply list? I'm going to bring it up right now. I'm going to send an email out to all of you. Cindy West, you're getting the supply list. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting the filming arm with my belly. Next color. Who else wants it? Cindy. Aloe. So I'm going back to aloe, and that's the pear outline. Something a little bit darker to kind of make it pop. Okay, Donna, I'm going to send it to you too. But from now on, we're going to work really hard to make sure the supply lists are on our website in the listing for the sew along. Okay, Rebecca, Donna, Lila. Hang on, I'm adding you. Lila, Rebecca, Donna. Anyone else? That's okay. You don't need to sign up for the sew-alongs, but that is where I have everything posted. And then I send them out to you because I don't know who's going to be in there, so I do wait for people to sign up for those. But they will be posted from now on. We'll make sure of it. Miss Cheryl, I will send yours. Okay, that was the outline for the pears. Now we're going to do the squash interior. And just in case you get lost and you don't know where you're at, it says right here, color 13, right here. I can look at my color list right here, and it says 13. I know I'm not zooming in, but it says 13 of 45. So you can always check right there. Color 13, I'm putting in buttermilk. Okay, hang on one second. Uh-oh. Cheryl. Uh-oh. I got Cheryl. Was it Brenda McConnell? Brenda, Cheryl. Hang on. Pallion. Brenda. Okay, I might have to ask you to put your names back up because it flashes and then it goes away. But hang on. I'm going to put my color in, and I am putting in buttermilk. I've never made anything with buttermilk before. Koreans don't use buttermilk. What would I use it for? Like biscuits or like, do you put it in pancakes? Hang on, I'm gonna thread up and then I'm gonna, so Ellie, Liz, Carol, hang on. Ellie, Liz, Carol. Got you, Miss Carol. Who did I miss? Let me go back. Oh, how about hit start? Stitch. Hang on. Linda, Michelle, Sharon. Margaret. Okay, I think I got you. I'm going to send it at the end of class, so if anyone else wants it, I can just send out one email. Grandma's homemade chocolate cake. Oh, that sounds good. If you lose my email and if you can't find it later on, it should stay up on the website, I think. That's what makes it. See that stitch, that outline stitch? Like that's the stuff that makes it, where it really like pops. I love it. Is this looking so cute? Okay, it's looking pretty darn cute. All right, next color, after buttermilk, I'm gonna put in burnt orange. Here is my burnt orange, the perfect fall orange. Okay, I'm gonna focus. I'm sorry, I bet you guys are already almost done. I've been like, Milky Way cake, Dory. Oh my God, that sounds good. So one of the gals that works here said, when are people gonna start bringing in baked goods? Because a lot of people bring in stuff over the holidays. I started laughing. I'm sure it'll come. Yes, Miss Cindy. So Cindy was just asking, saying she got the first design for the mystery wall quilt. I think I'm up to date, and if you've purchased it from me, I've loaded that to your Kimberbell account, and that's what we're going to stitch out in December 13th. December 13th, if you're part of our digital dealer club, we'll have a Zoom for you, and we'll stitch that out together. That way it'll keep you on track. I know some of you can't wait, and you're going to do it beforehand. But if you want to stitch it with us, December 13th. I don't even have a kit for me yet because I've been trying to send the kits out. So once I get my kit, we'll schedule a date to cut everything, and then I'll stitch out the sample. So what is this? We're on step 14. See, this helps me keep track. Burnt orange. Oh my goodness. I said that we were doing burnt orange, and then I forgot we were doing burnt orange. That is how small my brain is. I told Violet, I go, oh, my brain is so smooth and beautiful. Violet's my daughter, and she was like, Mom, you don't want a smooth brain. You want a wrinkly brain. Koalas have smooth brains. That's what she said to me. I was like, oh my God. Okay, my brain is so wrinkly and beautiful. You want lots of wrinkles in your brain. Burnt orange, and then I'm going to do candy apple red for the apple. But you could do any color you want. Candy apple's a little bit brighter. I'm going to do that. Yeah, the ladybug is the first design. That's going to be the first one. Miss Barb, if you need help, let me know. We're just going through the list, and I'm going to help you keep track. If you're not sure what color you're on, because I'm ahead of you, You're going to be looking right here for like right now. If I forgot, I stepped away. I'm not sure. On your color list. Shoot, I wish I could. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this closer. On your color list, there's 45 steps in this one tile right here. We're on step 15. So then you can look at your step 15 too. Okay. And then give me a shout out if you need help. And this will go up and be recorded. I don't want you to feel stressed out, but I do have to get through it just because I've got so much to do. All right, candy apple red. So I'm going to take out my burnt orange. I am on step 15. And it says in step 15, the apple interior. Oh, yeah, no, there's 45 steps in all 3 of these. So we're close to being done with this one. You do need your ribbon. It's doing the apple. What ribbon should I use? I have a ton of ribbon. I love ribbon. You know, part of the pressure of me picking stuff out for you guys is I want you to love it. And so then I get scared you're not going to love it. So then I tell this to my rep, I wonder if this is going to be too dark. To my Moda rep, when I have so many decisions, sometimes I choose to make no decision and I don't get anything. So I need him to like show me stuff that I'm going to love because I get overwhelmed. And making kids for you guys can be overwhelming sometimes because I want you to love it. And if I get scared you're not going to love it. And I'm going to disappoint you. And then I don't want to do that. I don't think I'm loving any of this. Let me go and grab my other thing when we start the next part. So the next thing after the apple is going to be the apple outline, and I'm doing that in brunette, which is a dark brown. Here's my dark brown. Uh-oh. Sherry, if your white bobbin is showing, you need to take your white bobbin out. I'm going to show you a good way. So if ever your bobbin is showing, what you should do first is make sure that you're seated correctly. And so you're going to slide off your hoop. I'm going to unplug this for a second. You're going to slide off your hoop. You are going to peek in your bobbin area. Take this off. And what you should see see my bobbin thread? I pulled up a little bit, but see how it's going across? That means I'm down in my bobbin tension and then it's going up. If your bobbin thread is just spooling off the top of this, that means you've missed your bobbin tension. So just go ahead and take it out. So, because I wonder if I could show you this. We'll do like mini lesson right now. Because what you're seeing is you're seeing your bobbin thread. See how it needs to go in here, right where my finger is, and then it comes out right here. And then you're going to see it going right across the top like that. That's how it works. If your thread is just coming out right from the top, you missed your bobbin tension. So just go ahead. If you see your bobbin thread coming up, it's easy. You're just going to take out your bobbin and you're going to just put it back in again. Okay? The other thing that makes your bobbin come up, you're going to check your upper thread path and you're going to make sure your thread is not getting caught somewhere. If your thread's getting caught somewhere in the upper part, it's pulling up your bobbin thread. Okay? So you're going to check that too. Go ahead and put in your brunette thread right now. Yeah, I will. The first thing I do is I'll follow my thread path back. Meaning my upper thread, because that's the easiest. You don't have to take off your hoop. So if my upper thread is my bobbin thread's coming up, I follow back my thread path, and then I look all the way here. Maybe it got caught somewhere here, and it's pulling it up. And then if it's not that, then I just take out my bobbin and I redo it. You might not be in your bobbin tension. See if that fixes it, Miss Sherry. Cute! That brown looks so cute on that. Looks so adorable. We're almost done with this one. Then we're gonna do the lettering. I did medium brown for my lettering on this, but I'm feeling a little more like burnt orange is gonna be great. But this is medium brown. That's gonna look gorgeous too. What should I do? I feel like I need the burnt orange. Isn't that just like so cute? I'm going burnt orange for my lettering. For my, on this one, I did medium brown. You might like burnt orange there too. I was like, oh, that brown, that medium brown is just so perfect. Rethread your bobbin and make sure that your bobbin unwinds counterclockwise. All right, somebody is commenting for A1, and that is good advice. And I think you guys saw that when I was pulling on that thread, how you could see it coming out, unspooling. Okay, I'm going burnt orange. And while it's doing this, I'm gonna go grab my other thing of ribbon. Lynn, this is why you didn't have any ribbon in your kit. I just couldn't decide. I was like, I don't know. I think this might be, I don't know. That just doesn't speak to me. You know, it's black and white. I wish it was black and gold. Nope. I think I might go with this though. So make sure you have your ribbon, because we're going to be putting on your ribbon. If you look at your supply list, your ribbon needs to be cut. Da-da-da-da, ribbon. 6, you're going to cut 6 2-inch lengths. 6 2-inch lengths. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that while that's stitching. Still going to take it a little while longer. Oh my goodness. Who made this mess back here? That actually is going to take a while. So here, you can watch me cut. It's going to be super exciting. All right, there's my little itty bitty ruler I got. And I brought my Martelli because I have been using this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that. Oh my God, here's my ruler. I just got this brand new ruler and I couldn't find it, so I brought it here to the store. I love this. It's just kind of like an itty bitty, but it's a little chunky. I'm going to trim off this end. Boop, it's curly. Okay, just 2 inches. And you need 6 of them, 2 for each of the pieces in your tri-stand. So if you haven't cut your ribbon yet, go find something in your room, make it gorgeous. It does cut like butter. And if you didn't know it, we're having a Martelli event on December 9th. You can either come in or just watch it online on YouTube. I'm neglecting you guys right now. I'm not even looking at your comments. I'm focused. That's 4. Donna, does that bum you out? I love the snow. I dream that we're going to get so much snow that I can't come into the store and that I'm just going to stay home all day and sew. But there has never been so much snow that has stopped us from coming into the store. There we go. All right. I am selected, and it does say to iron these down in so they're folded over in 1-inch pieces. So if you want to get your pop ruler, I mean not your pop ruler, if you want to get your hot ruler, we can press those over. I'm just setting my iron to just like a medium heat. Like, don't do this on high heat, depending on what kind of ribbon you're using. I should use my little silicone spatulas. He's not hot enough. I love the snow. On one of mine, I didn't have ribbon that I liked, so I just made a short sleeve. Yeah, you could totally do that. Or you could, if you can't find what you want, you could just use fabric too. You could take your fabric, I don't know, what would you cut it? Like 2 inches, maybe 1 inch, fold it in, then fold it in half again. That's a great idea. Sometimes I can't think of something so clever, but yeah, you could just do your own. If you don't have ribbon that you like, you could just use fabric. Maybe cut it in half. These aren't really doing much of anything. I'm just gonna iron them flat, and then I'll do it. I'll deal with it when the time comes. One, two, three. 1, 2. Oh, here we go. I'm going to use my transport tape when I put these down. I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. We'll do it later. Here we go. Sounds like it's done. Yes. Look how beautiful it is. Love it. It's so adorable. If you look at your screen, now it's going on to the next one. So we're just going to keep on stitching. So I think this is going to be outside of the embroidery field. I'm going to go ahead and just give this a little snuggie. And we're going to get stitching. So first steps are going to be the same. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. Wait, hang on. Oh, we are not done with this. Okay, let's look at our instructions before I lead you astray. So we went ahead and we did this one, medium brown for the lettering. Turn to page 3 for the steps to take prior to stitching the final thread color. So we're on page 3. Okay. Remove the hoop from the machine. Do not remove the panel from the hoop. Remove excess tearaway. So if you did slip that extra piece of tearaway underneath, you're going to take it out now. So remove the extra tearaway that was added during the embroidery process outside the accent fabric. So if you did use that tearaway, you're going to turn it and just pull it away from the edges. You'll leave it in here, but you're going to pull it around the edges. I didn't use it. I didn't use it for any of these, and they were totally fine. But if you're the rule follower and you want to do every step, like, they came out great. This was without that extra sheet. If you use something thin, though, make sure you add that extra sheet. Position 2 of the folded ribbons so that the fold extends to the placement line that's stitched along the upper edge of the panel, and the raw edges extend outside the perimeter basting stitch. The raw edges are going to go out. Let me grab this. Here's raw edges. Here's my fold. Fold in, raw edge out. Okay? And then this is how you line up. Position the 2 folded ribbons so the fold edge extends to the placement line. We're going to do it like this.
Are Rosemary and Rosemary Francis the same people?
No.
So why do I have Rosemary Coon's fabric kit?
Oh, then I messed up. I messed up.
Is there something that Rosemary Francis is
Oh, they might be
doing?
the same person. Look, because I think they are the same person. Okay, folded edge in, folded edge lined up with this line here, and this edge here lined up with this edge of the satin stitch. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to tape it here on the outside, raw edge, and this edge right here should line up with this edge of the satin stitch. No matter what size ribbon you have. If you have big fat ribbon, then just put it in a little bit further here, but make sure the edge here lines up with this edge right here, the green edge, and then we're going to tape it. So, and then you see the picture right here. They have the tape outside of the fabric. Do your best. Where's my tape? One of mine I didn't. I'm looking at your messages because way behind. So I'm using transport tape. I love this stuff because it's super sticky and it rips really easily. I don't have to use my tape runner. I do use the Kimberbell paper tape when I don't want quite as much stick, but that's really rare. Like, that's only when I'm like, and this doesn't have to be perfect. Just eyeball it. And I'm going to put it up here on the top part. I know I'm on the fabric too, but that's all right. Just going to put it just like that. And now I'm going to do my next one. Folded edge in. Fold, raw. You know what? if I had to shovel, no, thank you. And I every once in a while I do shovel. If Patrick's like already left or something, I have to get out. But Patrick usually shovels, so I don't mind the snow. I know. So we did that. Position the 2 fold. The fold extends to the placement line, blah, blah, blah. The placement line will yield a loop of ribbon at the top of the panel that will accommodate the wire triptych stand or one of the new Ackfeld wall hangers. Anything larger than 4 millimeters in diameter will not fit. So if you're using like a dowel, that might not fit. You might need to make your hangers longer. Align the outside edge of the ribbon with the accent fabric satin line. We did that. So the outside edge of the ribbon with the outside edge of the satin stitched line. And use Scotch or blue painter's tape. I use transport to tape the raw edges of the ribbon in place outside the perimeter basting stitch. You're going to position the prepared back fabric as shown below. So now we're going to get our back fabric. So grab your 2 pieces, one that's folded and one that's not. So one that's just the 5x5 and one that we pressed and folded. So we're going to put these down. They want you to put this one down first. And it says to lay one of the back pieces with the pressed under edge right side down. We're going to put it right side down. Right side down. Where am I? Right side down on the embroidery design so that the folded edge extends towards the center of the design and the backing piece perimeter extends a 1/4 inch below and beyond the perimeter base. So this is your perimeter base, and I know it's not, it's the left because I turned it, but that would normally be the bottom. 1/4 inch beyond that. So you can take a peek underneath and just slide it over and be about a 1/4 inch below that. You want to make sure that you're covering both of those outlines, okay, and have an equal amount. And then we're going to take the other one and we're going to lay this down too. So make sure that you're going to be a 1/4 inch above that this line here. So the top one, that's your ribbon line. This is your baseline. You want to be at least a 1/4 inch above that. So, and you got to cover this too. 1/4 inch, cover that line. Oh my goodness, that looks good. Let's make sure we got this. And we're going to put some tape down too. Lay an unfolded piece right side down on the top first piece so that they overlap 1/2 inch. So you should have it about 1/2 inch of an overlap right here. I can bump that up a little bit if I want. I could bump that down a little bit because that fold was 1/2 inch. And the backing piece perimeter extends beyond the perimeter basting stitch. Pin through the far right edge of the overlapping pieces. So it wants you to pin through this. I'm going to tape it down. I'm not going to pin, but you can pin if you want. Pin through the far right edge of the overlapped and then gently pull the backing rectangle to the left side of the hoop and pin through the far left. Pin should be parallel to the perimeter. Place a piece of tape across the raw edge of the upper back layer so that the presser foot does not lift. I won't put a piece that goes all the way across, but I'll put a piece over here and a piece over here, and I'll make sure that it goes onto the stabilizer too so it holds it nice and taut. Return the hoop to the machine and stitch the final thread color in each design, the back attachment line. Okay, here we go. So you got this laid down. This one first with the fold. Make sure that you extend a 1/4 inch past that line. And then these should overlap about 1/2 inch and this should extend up. I'm going to grab my transport tape. I'm going to put some tape. You don't need it all the way across. You do want to cover this because the foot might get up there and scoop it. You don't want that to happen. And I'm going to pull that nice and taut and lay this down too. It's going to just be right near the edge. This we're going to have to watch because this ribbon pops it up. So we're going to go slow over this part. We might, you know what I did? I did put my foot up and then I put it right back down over this because it did push, the foot did push my ribbon a little bit. And all right, let's go ahead and do it. And I'm just going to leave my my burnt orange in there. This is the final stitch out. I'm going to just hold that down just like that. Whoop! Look, I'm not even threaded. Yes, babe.
An imperial roll.
Yes, please.
We're doing golden noodle.
What's golden noodle?
Well, they don't, or golden flour.
Okay.
Because they don't have faux 99s not on it.
Okay. Sorry, I went back a couple of stitches because it started doing this. You know what I need? My stiletto. Because you should never get your fingers in there. I'll just use this, and I'm going to use this to kind of hold it down. There we go. Whoop. Okay. When it gets to this one too, I'm going to flatten that out and I'm going to kind of hold it down with this just so it's nice and flat. Don't get your fingers in the way. Don't feel so committed that you can't. And I'm going to tickle this as it goes just to make sure everything stays nice and flat. Flat and taut. You can tape the corners if you want. And we should be good here now. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? And the bad thing is if you're doing it on all-in-one hooping, you don't get to see how beautiful it is this second. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the next one. You ready? I'm going to give you a minute to rehoop. If you are somebody that's doing these each in an individual hooping, I want you to go ahead and take it off. We're not going to trim it all down now, or you can do it while it's stitching, but go ahead and rehoop, and we're going to do the next one. Next one, you're gonna need your background fabric. You're gonna need this. You're gonna need this. Did I miss it? Because I did not lay down 2 pieces. Where was the second piece supposed to go down? Of the thermalon. Where are my instructions? Here they are. Here they are. Do you have that tape in? Yeah, we sell the tape in the store. I think it's like $2 a roll, Miss Cheryl. Come and get it. Okay, are we rehooped? I want you to load your design. Mine is already loaded, but if you're doing this in multiple hoopings, you're going to put this one in next, the thanks. So go ahead and load that design. I know, Margaret. Were you wondering? I did one before. Actually, when I was reading the instructions that said 6 pieces, I was like, what? 6? Where's the other one go? We're just doing 1 per. Okay, you should be ready. Go ahead and load your thanks. I'm going to go ahead. You can see that we're right here in the middle of my progress bar. Before you turn it right side out, you put the other batting on, then turn. Did you see that? So was that Dory who told us? Dory says before you turn it right side out. So remove the project from the hoop, remove your excess stabilizer, trim the project a scant 1/4 inch outside the backing attachment line, grade the corners, and fuse. Fuse a second layer fleece to the back of the embroidery design. There it is. Don't skip this step as the resulting panel will lack the body. Okay, thank you, Miss Dory. And then we'll turn it right side out. Okay, so we'll fuse that. Thank you. We'll trim it all, and then we're going to fuse it to the back side of the embroidery, and then we're going to turn it. All right, next one. We're going to get started with this one. First thing, placement line for your thermalon. I'm going to pull this one back a little bit. I just want to make sure this isn't in the way. So if you're doing it like I'm doing it, there's not a lot of give in between. So let me just go ahead and tape him out of the way. Okay, let me get my camera arm out of the way though, so I'm not hitting it, making you seasick. There we go. Grab your next piece of batting, fusible batting. Remember, bumpy side up because we are going to fuse. If you haven't touched your iron in a while, go ahead and wake it up because we are going to take this. Let's wake up the iron. Let's come on over here. Dory, that's what happens when I don't read all the instructions. I'm so lucky to have you guys. Here we go. All right. Where's my thermalon? Here we go. I'm going to put this down in the middle. Bumpy side up. I'm going to put my fabric down on top. Pretty side up. Make sure it's centered. So check the sides. Make sure you have an equal amount of fabric on either side and an equal amount top and bottom. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but make it perfect. And I sprayed mine. Now we're going to fuse. Make sure your iron's hot enough. Let's fuse it together. This is the best iron. Everyone needs this iron. This is the Panasonic 360. They just came out with a new one that has a shut off that's 120 minutes. So if that's really important to you. But I love it because of the size. I love the shape of it. I love the pointy ends on either side. I love everything about it. It'd be hard for me to give it up. I don't know if I could give up my iron. I don't know if I had to choose between my two because I have that and I have the Oliso. It would be really tough. I had a Rowenta that I thought was the bomb, and it went in the closet for a long time, and I just set up another ironing station, took it out. I could easily give that one up. I don't like the shape of the tip and the way, like, it's nice, but I just don't love it. Okay, we're ready. Where's my instructions? Here we go. Because, of course, I don't want to lead you astray. And the next one we're going to be doing is the center one with the turkey. We're doing the turkey. I'm going to take it off the stand so we can use it as our sample. It's turkey time. All right. So we just did this step right here. We placed all of that. We fused it. Now we're going to do color 2, which I'm going to leave... I hadn't even changed my color. I'm going to put black in because remember mine is the black background, the black polka dot background. But if you're doing the light color way, you are going to put in your linen or your cream or whatever you want to quilt with. Yeah, well, when Patrick and I got married, remember when you used to register for like, I don't know, practical home stuff? I don't even know if it's practical, right? Because how many people use their china? But somebody got me a Rowenta iron, and I use that thing like, I can't say I use it like crazy, because if I can get away with not ironing, I try to. This is going to do the perimeter tack down stitch and placement line for the accent fabric and your ribbon. So go ahead and just tack this down. I'm using black. Use cream if you're on the other one. And it's fused, so it shouldn't really buckle at all. I'm going to give this, my inside background fabric, a little shot of spray. You don't have to spray if you are not a sprayer. You might have put on some Misty Fuse or some double-sided, 4-bound light, Steam-A-Seam light, whatever is your fusible web of choice. This is my fusible web of choice. It's not the equivalent. It's very different, but if I can just spray, I'll spray. All right, we're going to lay down our fabric. Remember, you have to use this for your next one too, so make sure you lay it down accordingly. And I'm going to have plenty left over. Here we go. So this is going to do the tack down. If you look at your screen, it's going to do the tack down. And then it's also going to do the placement stitch for your turkey. Here we go. Oh yeah, Rebecca, just if you put combined, but you know when we ship when I ship orders out, and Patrick and I, we look to see if you have other orders, and we'll automatically combine. Every once in a while we miss something, but we will try and combine your orders always. Miss Dory, I'm so happy you remembered, because I did not remember. A brown box special. You know what, Susan? I will do a brown box special for anything you want. When you say a brown box special for the Bethlehem thread set, is that the Nativity one? Are we talking the Kimberbell Nativity one? And somebody came in. Who was it that came in? Somebody came in. It was Marilyn. And she was asking about the thread set for Nativity because it has, like, there's barely any thread colors you need for Nativity, but that thread set has all the thread for the Nativity stuffies as well. And that's why there's so much thread. Yes.
Can I just sell a swing and sling kit minus the fabric? Because she's going to use her own fabric. So it'd be
Yeah, so just ring it up.
and just remove the cost of the fabric from it, right?
I would just ring it up and do 15% off.
And do 15%
Yeah.
off? Okay.
Yep. Ring
All
up those items.
All right.
Here we go. Trim it. No, you have to use what we give you. Oh, man. Hi, Miss Belinda. I thought I had something else for you. Was there something else did I put it up front for you yet?
Oh, no, I haven't looked.
You had ordered something else, and oh, that's it. I don't have them yet.
Yeah,
Not.
I didn't think so.
But was that it? Was that the only thing?
Yeah,
Aren't these
I did
cute?
the glass and the vacuum.
Belinda likes to be her own person.
I do.
I like that. Belinda likes to think. Some of us.
I want to think about something.
Oh my
I
God.
guess that's the best thing to do.
Some of us like mindless, right? Like I love. Sometimes I just love a kit.
Yeah. There, it has its time and place, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to use mine as a bathroom
Yes.
bag, and so I just want it to
Yeah.
be what I want it to be.
Yeah. I love it when people do their own thing and then I see it. I'm like, oh my good. Especially when it's something so unexpected.
Well, this will have mice on it.
That's unexpected.
Not from me. Perfectly normal.
All right. You guys ready? So let's go ahead and do your satin outline, whatever color you want. I am using, I don't think I'm going to have enough, but let's see how far I can get with this. So mine is sage, my favorite color in the world because it has the name of one of my favorite people in the world. Let me go ahead and pop this in. Dory, I am amazed how quickly I forget. Sometimes I will, if I haven't done Kimberbell stuff in a while, I am amazed how, yeah, you would think I've done so many hours of it. It would just like, I would never ever forget, and I still forget. Okay, I'm doing the outline stitch. It's going to go around the black. Oh, so Susan, if you send me the color list, yes, I will be happy to brown box special it for you. Color list, please. Okay, I didn't get super snug in here. I'm gonna trim that. If you're gonna slide under, oh, you should have done it. But if you needed to add another piece of stabilizer, sorry. Before I did this satin stitch, that's when you would have slipped it under there. You can still just slip it under right now. You can stop your machine, just slide it under. Oh my God, Miss Susan. I can't wait to see it. Are you going to be doing the Lori Holt's Autumn Love one? And if you have any other tips, because we're going to start stitching that out in Hometown in January. And Susan, somebody told me, Miss Virginia told me, she sewed her grass to her background and then used the placement line to put that down. So she already had that sewn together. What do you think of that? Would that have been helpful? Because it sounds like a great idea. So Kathy, I would say I have a ton of glide thread and I have a ton of isocord thread. And when it comes to, I'm sure you could go online and you could type in isocord conversion chart glide thread and you would find something. I don't always find that the translation is like perfect. And when you're doing those OESD tiling scenes, especially if there's like a face, for me it's the face, I would definitely do the isocord colors. Even if you look at the snow, like on the snowman or like the beard or any of that, like there's different whites and tans and grays all mixed in. But I'm sure you could go online. There's conversion charts for all of them. So if you did isocord to Robeson Anton, isocord to Madeira, isocord to Madeira Poly versus isocord Madeira Rayon, like they have conversion charts for all of them. Oh, what's next? Let's see what's next. Boop. My thread ran out. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have been yapping. Let me go grab another spool of sage.
So it was good experience on how to edit, how to erase, which ones we made first, being mindful that we had overlapping fabric here and then overlapping fabric again here. So it brought a lot of stuff in. So it would probably explain what.
Did you? No, you don't have to like find the, like there's, you just grab these and just pull them off. Isn't that nice? I love that. I feel like it's so rare that I finish a thing of thread. So I'm always so excited when I actually do. Okay. Let's go ahead, put this on. I'm going to go back maybe 20 stitches or something because I don't know when that. I was busy yapping. Okay. Here we go. a no-show and you've been fine. Okay. And I think that extra layer, like they're mentioning, that extra layer will give it the body that we need to make it like stand up really perfectly. So I bought the trim ruler too. I haven't used it yet, Susan, but I'm hoping that, you know, I can play around and stitch out a couple blocks before we start the sew along, because I don't want to be the blind leading the blind. All right, next color. After we do this, it says, for the detailed stitching within the body of the turkey, we're going to place the turkey fabric, and we are going to use brunette. So I'm going to do dark brown. So get your fabric for the turkey. It's going to be that speckled, like medium brown. I'm going to give it a little shot of spray. I'm pressed, so I'm just going to spray it right down here in the corner. And I'm going to get my brunette. Cute. Oh God, thank you so much for that reminder, Susan. I need that for me. Were there a lot of changes they made? So it's hard to see because I'm black on black, but you can see right here there's a little bit of an outline of a turkey. And let's look at our sample so you can see where the turkey's going to go to. Here he is. Turkey. Isn't that fabric fantastic too? I just love it. And I'm going to lay this down. Fun. Oh, hang on. I didn't change out my thread. So I'm going to put in my brunette. And I'm not going to go to back stitches. It just did like, you know, 4 or 5 stitches. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Brunette. Or whatever you want to use. This is the color list that I have, but you can use whatever you want. This is what? Color 5 brunette, color 6 sand, fog, mocha, brunette, ruby, linen, Vegas gold, and brunette. And I know my handwriting is horrible. I apologize. And I'll call the colors out as we go. Do you want me to, do you want me to make a color list and write down the colors in all my free time? If I remember, I'll do that too. I'm going to get my sand next. Now you can't look at the colors. You know how we, well, you could, but now you have to add. So now we're in color 23. We ended, I think, on 18. So now I'm on 24. So 24 minus 18 would be 6, which makes sense that we're on color 6. So you're going to have to do a little bit of math now if you loaded all the designs at once. We're going to go ahead and trim this out. If needed, remove the hoop from the machine and trim the applique fabric prior to returning the hoop to the machine. I'm just going to pull this back a little bit and I will trim it out. So cute. Let me move this so I'm not hitting it with my arm to the side. Okay, it's out of the way. I love turkey at Thanksgiving. I don't know about you guys, but I never really get turkey or have turkey any other times. We're trying not to do cold cuts. You know how they say ultra processed is bad for you, but around like I love lots of leftovers, and I love turkey sandwiches, and I love just bowls of turkey mixed with all the stuff. Growing up, my mom did turkey for Thanksgiving, but then we ate it with like rice and kimchi. So I love all the regular kind of trims, like mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes and stuffing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put sand in. So I am really looking forward to Thanksgiving. Let me get my... What are your favorite Thanksgiving dishes? What are you guys looking forward to? Do you guys, anyone do anything unusual, but it's like a family tradition for Thanksgiving? Okay, I'm putting sand in, and it is going to stitch out the, like, I think it's like hay or grass right at their feet. Cranberry sauce, love it. I've never made cranberry sauce, but I really like the Trader Joe's. They have like a cranberry sauce just around the holidays, and that's my cranberry sauce. But I'm not above getting a can of Ocean Spray. Okay, we're doing the sand. This is the straw. Then we're going to do the beak and legs, and I'm using fog. And fog is kind of like a gray, but it's a really warm gray. So I'm going to use this next. If you're not stitching this with me, then I hope you're just joining us for like a sit and sew, or maybe we're just in the background. I can't wait for Thanksgiving just because the kids will be home. Is it so good? Annette, you're going to have... Maybe I should make cranberry sauce this year. Like, it'll be a first. You know what? I feel like my mom might have made cranberry sauce. I remember her buying whole cranberries. I can't wait to make apple pie. Patrick likes pumpkin. No, he likes pecan. Oh, Cheryl, that would be really hard. Like, if you have, like, if you can't eat everything, I would totally... I'm sorry, Cheryl. We'll talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. Nice, Miss Stephanie. So are you doing 2 turkeys right now? Are you on 2 machines? Are you doing it all in the same machine? Wow, 12 hours. Oh, this color that I'm doing right now is fog. So fog right now, next color I'm going to do is mocha. So for the neck, head and neck, I'm going to do that in mocha. 2 happies. I mean, how many, I can't remember how many, but Audrey does these for her family, and I think she stitches out new ones with every new pattern that comes out. And I'm doing mocha next. So I just did fog. Fog was for his beak, I think, and his feet. And now I'm doing mocha. Mocha's going to be for his, is that like his head? Yeah, that's his head. So I want to say Audrey would do 11 at a time because they were presents. You know, it's kind of fun when you have like a little tradition, and it gives them a little spot to like decorate. You can give them a new one every time, and you know your makers, so you got to make, and you're looking for something to make as a present, these are nice to do. If you don't have fog, this one, it's, I call it, like, look how gray it looks, but then it looks more beige, doesn't it? So it's kind of like a beigey gray, a grayish. And now I'm doing mocha. Mocha is, here, I'm going to put these next to each other. Mocha is kind of like a, it's definitely like a tan, a beige. So here's the difference between fog and mocha. Here we go. But Annette, your turkey can be whatever color you want it to be. Don't let me be bossy. Shelly. I gotta say, stuffing is my favorite too. We usually do like a sausage cornbread stuffing. I gotta stop. I'm starting to drool here. What did we do last year? Last year we did a different stuffing. I can't remember what it was. But we've been trying to like really watch what we eat, but Thanksgiving I'm gonna make whatever I want to make. I'm gonna eat it all. Okay, that was mocha. Now we're gonna do the head and neck outline, and I'm gonna do it in brunette. So now it's gonna outline, and I'm gonna do it in my dark brown. Oh my God, I do. I love stuffing. I love it. I also love scalloped potatoes. Oh my God, I love it. Or any kind of like potato like casserole dish. This is going to do the outline. Son's mother-in-law. Oh, that's super sweet, Miss Stephanie. That'll be this is like a great housewarming gift or holiday host gift. That looks so good. And don't those colors in the turkey look so good with like the pine cone? I just love it. Next we're gonna stitch out the snood, and I'm using ruby. The snood is, I think that's like his little gobbler, right? So now we're gonna do this little thing right here. Okay, so I'm gonna get my ruby out. It's my darker red. You could do like a maroon or something like that would look really good. Oh my God, oyster stuffing, Cheryl. That sounds really good. Creamed corn. I've never done a creamed corn before, but that sounds good to me too. Snood. Here we go. We're going to snood it. Okay, what are funeral potatoes? I've never heard of that. But I want to eat them. And that'll be fun too. Sewing on Thanksgiving. Okay, snood is done. I am now on, we just did the snood. Where's the snood? Right here. Turkey tail accent stitches. I did linen. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put a cream in. But, however, because I feel like it might be too much contrast, it's going to be like right here. This is where the linen is. And I think that went with my background. I feel like it might be a little bit too much contrast here. So I'm going to go with this sand. And that's the color that's down here, but that's okay. So if you're doing the dark colorway, maybe you don't want to do the linen right now. It might be too much contrast. The other thing is, did I bring, I think I have Vegas gold with me. Let me grab that. So just think, because you're going to have two colors, ginger, caramel. Or maybe I'll do my buttermilk. I'm going to go buttermilk. Buttermilk for where I have the white here. You might like the buttermilk in there better too. I'll add that in here. I need a pen. Okay, just wrote that in. I think buttermilk's a better choice for mine and my background. Yes, linen will be good too. Whatever works for you. Next color I have on my list is Vegas Gold. And that is going to be the satin stitch perimeter. So if you look at this, that is Vegas Gold around the whole thing. Since I'm using buttermilk, which is kind of close to Vegas, it's a little bit gold. I think I'm going to go with this because it'll be a little bit darker than that. I'm going to go with medium brown. So I am changing some of my colors up a little bit. Or should I go light copper, or maybe I'll do light copper. I can't decide. I'm going to go light copper. No, I'm going to do this because I use light copper on the cornucopia. So I'm going to go medium brown because I want a little bit more contrast. Okay, this is going to take the longest to stitch out because it's going all around the turkey. So for me, it's medium brown. I'm going to pop in my medium brown. I'm going to add that to my stitch out for the dark one. Here we go. And this is 4 minutes of stitching. And I think any of the fall colors are going to look amazing. So you can't go wrong. Just put in whatever looks good to your heart. And then I'm going to put in brunette for the turkey tail and stitch. And then for the last step, I'm going to be doing burnt orange instead of the medium brown. And then we'll be done with the second one. We'll just have to add our ribbon and the back piece. This is a good time for a potty break if you need it. Or you know what? Wait till the lettering comes up because that's going to be a big chunk. So when we do the thanks, when it stitches out the thanks, then you can go. I've just been using those nifty Notion bobbins, and they seem to be great. So if you want to get a pack of bobbins at a great price, I want to say they're $3.99 for a pack of 10. 6 white, 4 black. Okay, tail feathers, I'm going to put in my brunette, which is a darker brown. Let's go ahead and put that in. Brunette, brunette. This is 2 minutes of stitching. And then we're going to do the main lettering that goes on the top that says thanks. How are we doing? Is there anyone that needs help or anyone have any questions? Looks good. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to put in my burnt orange. Burnt orange. Good. Get this out of the way. He is cute. I love him. And here we go. Thanks. Good time to take a break if you need to go to the bathroom, and then we're going to get started. We'll put the ribbon on. Get your ribbon pieces, your tape, and your 2 back pieces. Have those ready. By 5, not ironed, 1 5x5 that is ironed, and 2 of your ribbon pieces and your tape. So good. I just love it. Maybe I should give it to my mother-in-law, but she's not like a, I don't know if she'll like it. I love it. So cute. I really love Janine Babich's designs and her digitizing. It's really beautiful. Okay, while I'm sitting here, why don't I do something else? Like I can trim my jump threads, which it looks like I never did these. So this is gonna go for a little while. Let's come on over here. And you can do a couple of things. Side hoppers, which are really great. And the side hoppers are going to sit on your fabric like two little feet, like that. So you could grab, I recommend, Joanne was the one who was like, use tweezers too, because I used to just clip with my trimming tool. It makes a big difference when you have something else holding the thread. So you can hold this nice and taut. And then just get this down and trim it. Oh, you know, I think these have seen better days. I don't know if those are still working. But I also have these. I love these. These are the Tula pink ones. And I love that little hook so you can just put it underneath. Where else? Did I have any other jump threads or that was it? Wow, that might have, but I had hit something here on the gobbler. So if you have a true jump thread that goes from place to place, you can hook this under one side, cut it, and then I usually flip it and cut the other one. That looks good too. Where's my last one? Because we need it. I don't even know where my last one is. That's when I start to get scared because I get worried that it's like getting stitched down under my project, right? Oh, look, it's still on the hanger. Let me grab it. Did I have anything here? I don't see anything that needs to be trimmed. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do this one next. Here's another one. This one is a 4th of July one. This one's cute, isn't it? I think Shauna made this. She did like some of the glitter fabrics. So much fun. But they're jump trimming tools. You definitely want those. Jump threads. Cindy, sounds like you have been a busy bee. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's almost over. This one's almost done, and then we'll stitch out one more. Do you like it? I don't even give you a bathroom break. I don't give you a snack break. We're just going to keep on stitching. This is the part that I love. Like that outline stitch just makes it pop. Like it looks good just stitched out, but that outline stitch just makes it so much more beautiful. I'm ready. I'm ready to lay down all my fabric. Dory, are you stitching this one with us? Have you done this one before? I'm gonna get my pieces of tape ready for the ribbon. Okay, just have a piece of tape here. I'm ready to go. You're gonna get your ribbon, fold it in half, make sure if there's a right side is out. Wrong side to wrong side. This one doesn't have a right side or wrong side. Raw edge out. Folded edge in. Line the folded edge with the bottom line, so not the most outside line. The next line in. Line up the edge of this ribbon with the very outer edge of your satin stitch, and you can eyeball it. Does not have to be perfect, but you don't want it to look like crap either. So, I mean, do your best. And I'm going to put this one, fold that one in half, line it up right here. Patrick and I are like, I mean, how romantic. We're both having, doing surgeries in next year. We're trying to plan so we're not overlapping. Okay. This, flip it over, folded end. You want to go about 1/4 of an inch over this line right here. And I could go down a little bit more. This, fold that back. Okay, this one, right side down. You want it to overlap this about 1/2 an inch, and it needs to go beyond the rightmost line. It needs to go up over that. I'm going to grab my, this little doohickey, and we want to tape over here because you don't want your foot to get caught. And I'll use that tape over again. I can't remember what I used it for. Oh, because I used it when I folded it back. But you just stick it here. So this is taut. Pull this nice and taut, and then put your tape down. And we are ready to go. Last stitch out, I'm going to take this, push it down. I'm going to hold it down with this, at the little ball end of that. Because it's a little puffy and your foot might push it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to stop it so I can go ahead and do this one too. Am I overlapped 1/2 an inch? I am. I just want this not to be pushing it down. If you get nervous, you can always hold. You know that if you, on the Baby Lock and the Brother machines, if you hold your start stop button, it will, I'm keeping my finger on it, it's going to stitch super slowly. There we go. So make sure everything is set and out of the way, and then you can let it go. I like to tickle this. I call it tickling. Just want to make sure everything's laying nice and flat. Beautiful. And we are done with that one. Aside from trimming it out, adding that extra piece of Thermoland or your fusible batting, let's go on to this one. I'm going to give you a minute. If you need to rehoop, I want you to go ahead and rehoop. So take it out of your hoop, put the next piece in, and we are going to do the pumpkin. Pumpkin, you are beautiful. Let me grab my fabric. Where's my background fabric? I don't see it. Let me just make sure it didn't fall down here. And let's make sure it didn't get stitched down. Nope. Okay, so I have a missing piece of background fabric. It went rogue. Oh, I think this is it. No, that's not it. When in doubt, look in the floor. I think this is it. 5x9? Got it. Okay. I'm going to give mine a little shot of spray because it's been sitting here and it appears to not be sticky at all. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull this forward. I'm going to tape this back a little bit. There's not a ton of room here. So just want it out of the way. It's all left over. I'll just keep using it. All right. That's done. Ready to go. You guys ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get stitching. I still have my burnt orange in there. I'm just going to leave it for my placement line. And let me grab my Thermolan. Don't forget, we're putting Thermolan. Thank you. Michelle's fixing everything. My hoop's hitting everything on the other side. Heat up your iron. Let's slide it out. And we're going to come over here because we are going to put our Thermolam down, our background fabric, and then we are going to press. Oh my God, Michelle saved me. My hoop was hitting everything on the top, on the table behind it. Okay. Yep. Fusible side up. Right inside that line. I sway that too. And you don't have to, right? Because we are going to press it down. Check underneath. Make sure you have an even amount of fabric either side. And this way too. Top and bottom looks good. I'm going to put it down. And I'm going to fuse once my iron is totally hot. It's time for pumpkins. We're going to be doing this one. So cute. What's the difference between the Thermolan and other fusible battings? Betty, I have no idea. I just kitted it with Thermolan because that is what she called for. I want to say like let me touch it. Michelle, what do you think? So I think the fusible fleece might be a little fuzzier and maybe a little thicker. Feel this. What do you think? Michelle's here.
Yeah,
Does this feel a little thinner?
a little bit.
I feel like this is a little bit thinner than fusible fleece, a little more compact,
Yeah,
but
it's
definitely
more compressed.
yes.
The fibers are more compressed. It's thicker. Like fusible fleece, the Thermolan you can't see through it. Fusible fleece, if you put your hand underneath there, you can see through.
Oh, did you hear that? I would have never have noticed that. But yeah. So I think Michelle's saying this is definitely thicker, like just dense, more dense than the other stuff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the machine. Sliding it on. Let me bring the camera back over. Okay, why isn't that going on? There we go. I'm going to take this over with me. And come on over. All right, here we go. If you look at your screen, it's going to just be, it's going to be the, I could leave this in orange so you don't see it, but I'm going to just put the black in right now so I don't forget. And it's the, I put the Thermolan in because in her instructions, she wrote fusible fleece Thermoland Plus recommended. So I was like, okay, if Janine Babich recommends it, I'm just going to put it in. But I have used other stuff. Like I have used just regular batting and just sprayed. And I have used fusible fleece before the Thermoland. But you know it's going to be perfect if you use what she tells you to use. Okay, I'm going to hit start, and it's going to do the placement line for the background fabric. You're either putting down your cream fairy frost or you're putting down your black with small polka dot timeless treasure fabric if you're using the kit. Kimberville batting is thin, and there's times where I really, really love it. But usually when we kit, we just use Hobbs 80/20. It's just a good all-around batting. I'm gonna grab a piece of fusible fleece. We're gonna look at it. Let's compare the two. Okay, I'm going to lay this down. It is the last one we're laying down, so lay it down however you want, but make sure you're covering over the entire applique area. There we go. Oops, slide your frame on. When I slide my frame on, I never just take it here and push it, because you can knock your frame out of alignment. I always hold it here, and then I'll push it on so that I don't move this by accident. Just need it a little bit more. I'm going to grab our fusible fleece. Let me go figure it out. Okay, I grabbed our bolt of fusible fleece. I am grabbing my Thermalon, and we're going to compare the two. What if they're the same thing? Well, this is Pellon, and I think Thermalon is Pellon, so they're not going to be the same thing. Yeah, just so, see what Michelle was saying? She was saying, can you see my hand kind of shadowing through there? And you can't see it through this. This feels thinner. Yeah, look. So it's much thinner too. This is the Thermalon right here. It's much thicker. And then this is the fusible fleece. So there's a huge difference. Yeah, a huge difference between the two. So this is probably, it feels like double. NB, I don't get it. What's NBXCFTRG? Is that secret code, Miss Susan? So much thicker. The Thermalon. I'd say it's at least double the thickness of the fusible fleece. So she wants it to be nice and puffy and full. So I'm going to give this back. It's coming back open. Get your scissors. We are going to trim. Oh my God, Susan. That was your cat typing? I was so confused. I was like, is that secret code? Does that mean, like, you know how the kids, I use TY, thank you. I don't use many of those, like acronyms, because I'm just not good at it, and I'm not good at figuring them out either. So that was just your cat talking to us. So funny. All right. Trim it. Make it gorgeous. And then we're going to do, if this is where you want to, if you are going to add another piece of stabilizer, you're going to slide it under right now. You can just float it. Floating means it's just not going in the hoop. You're just going to cut it and slide it underneath. And when it starts stitching, it'll pick it up. It'll attach. All right. Whatever color you're putting in, I am using sage. Look how close these are, sage and willow. Pretty close, right? And we're going to do the, satin outline stitch. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, Betty. Was it Betty that asked the difference between the two? I'm glad you asked that because I didn't know. I didn't think about it. And now I know. So now I can be like, do you want your fleece to be a little thicker, a little thinner? I can now ask that question. And when they tell me, then I can go, oh, well then you want to use Thermalon or you just want fusible fleece. Miss Casey, what's shaking down in Wisconsin? You guys having snow? Is it cold there? Right back. I need a cord for my computer. The one I haven't plugged into isn't working. There we go. All right. Thank you, Miss Susan. I'll see you later. Drizzly. I think it's kind of drizzly everywhere. All right. Colors that you need to get out. And there may be some changes. After we do this, it's going to have that satin stitch, or it's going to have a placement line for the pumpkin. So you need to grab your pumpkin fabric, and it looks like I did my outline in sand. Let's look at it. Oh, maybe it didn't do that first. I think it stitched the pretty swirls in there. That was sand for the swirls. For the swirls. Okay. So I'm going to grab my pumpkin fabric. I'm going to get a little shot of spray to the corner. And I'm ready to lay it down. If you have the dark colorway, then you got the metallic orange. If you did the light colorway, you got the grunge with the light and the dark, because I thought that looked, that's that. I thought it looked so good with this. So pretty. I just love grunge. Well, a world without grunge, a sewing world without grunge would be just not complete. So do you know if you can... So you want to put rhinestones on your freestanding lace? I think you could do it. I mean, in worst case scenario, you could just glue them. But thread can withstand some heat. I think you would be okay. What are you going to bling up, Miss Cindy? Grunge is my go-to, too. If I can use grunge, I love it. Tea light holders. I say go for it. Yeah, because I was pressing the heck out of my tiling seams, the seams on the inside, and oh shoot, sorry, my fabric just fell down. And yeah, I was pressing the heck out of it, and I almost felt like it was like almost a little melty, and it was still fine. So I think you'll be fine. Okay, next step. If you look at your screen, it wants to do those swirls. So go ahead and lay down your fabric, and I'm going to put in my sand because it does do a little bit of an outline stitch too. So I know it's hard to see, but your pumpkin, it's going to be down here in this lower half. That's the side I sprayed. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I couldn't even order another bolt of this. Whatever's in the kit is the last of the metallic orange grunge that we had at the store. Okay, sand. That's what I said, right? Sand. Let me get my... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, sand. Let me grab it. Here we go. Or if you want to pick, I mean, you have choices on your fabric too. So if you want to pick an area that's more orange, you can fussy place. Yeah, there's lots of different rhinestones. You can get just the plain flat back, or you can get the hot fix. And the hot fix are going to be the ones that melt. And I think you could glue a hot fix one too. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I can't stand it already. I love it so much. Maybe I should do these for my neighbors. My neighbors like to decorate. I don't know where you're at, but I'm at 71 minutes out of 92 minutes, so we have about 20 minutes left in our stitch out. And then we'll just trim everything and add that extra piece of thermalon to the back, which we now know is thicker than regular fusible fleece. After it does this, I'm gonna put in aloe for the leaves. So let me get my aloe out. I'll need for this one, or the ones that I have on my list. So sand, aloe, light copper, brunette, burnt orange, I'll put those up there, willow, and medium brown. Get willow. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. My bobbin's running out. Let's go ahead and put in a new bobbin. Now we know because I put in a brand new one. So this is... So when you go to put your new bobbin in, make sure you always cut your thread. I'm just going to slide this to the back. I throw these away. I used to save them all, but literally I would have like hundreds if I did that. This is just sitting up on top of the machine. It looks like machine embroidery thread. So I'm going to put this in. Here we go. Okay, let's go back a couple stitches. So, sorry. I want to do this so I can get closer to the screen. I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to go to this screen. If you're not already there, you get to it from here. This is where it shows the needle, and you go stitches, minus, and plus. And I'm just going to go back 10. You go back 20. Sometimes I'll do 20. I'll usually do between 20 or 10. And we should be ready to stitch again. I'm going to fix my arm. So these are the rest of the colors I'm going to be using. Any fall colors are going to look great with this, if you're using this fabric. Whatever you have in your stash, it's going to look amazing. So this kind of stuff was almost confusing for me because I feel like with Kimberbell, they would have just done the tack down and then you would have trimmed and then it would have done that stitch. So I did have to like read it twice and go, am I doing this right? But now it makes sense. Okay, you're gonna trim. Trim and then put in whatever color you want for the leaves and stitch. So I'm just gonna pull this back a little bit. Oh my goodness. It's amazing.
So should I just use a copy of the event letter? Is that-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can pull, and then there's other stuff that's on the Kimberbell site. If
Yeah,
you
I
go.
got the pictures.
Okay, perfect.
And then you'll help me put the links, the
Yep.
referencing later.
Yeah, would love it. Thank you. Did I get close? That doesn't look close. Okay. Oh my goodness. Love you, pumpkin. So pretty. Okay, what's next? Aloe. Take out my thread. We're going to put in the next color. It's doing these pretty leaves right up here. So I'm doing those in aloe. And then after that, you're going to put in, well, I'm going to be putting in light copper. And I think the light copper is going to be the stem. So the stem right here is my light copper. Whatever color you want. We're almost there. You can do it. Let's read through a little bit about what we're going to do to finish. Page 3.
Try these and see if they work for you. These are yours.
Oh, yay.
Well, I mean, check and see.
Okay, thank you. Once we're done, we're going to remove the project from the hoop, remove excess tearaway stabilizer. I did a cutaway, so I'm just going to leave mine in. And trim the project a scant 1/4 inch outside the backing attachment line. grade the corners. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to fuse the second layer of fleece to the back of the embroidery. Don't skip this as it will lack the body. And then we're going to turn each panel right side out using a point turner to push out the corners. Press the panel from the back, rolling the seams to the back so that the backing fabric does not show from the right side, and then seal the opening with a strip of steam-a-seam and remove the ribbon placement line. Okay, we got it. Seems pretty straightforward. We're just going to trim around a little smaller than a 1/4 inch all the way around. We'll trim our corners. We'll add our second layer of Thermalon. And then now I'm like super into the Thermalon. You got to use it. You got to use it. Fusible fleece isn't enough. Let's put our light copper in, or whatever color you want. We're doing the pumpkin stem. Patrick sharpened my scissors for me, so I'm super excited. It's nice knowing a guy that can help you out with those kind of things. Like, I get really jealous of those of you that have people in your life that are handy with wood, and they build you cabinets and tables and amazing sewing rooms. My guy sharpens scissors. The outline. I did the outline in brunette, which is a darker brown. So whatever color you want. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. It is so cute. Oh my God, I love it. Let me get my Martelli back because I'm going to get ready to trim. All right, I'm gonna put in brunette. You are beautiful. How you guys doing? You hanging tight? Hanging tight, hanging tough? I hope you love it and that you'll do lots more. If, you know what we'll do? If I don't have them all in stock, but why don't we do like special stuff? So if you want any of the other Janine Babich patterns, send me a list and I'll do them at 25% off. How about we do that? So whatever Janine Babich patterns you want, and we'll do them at 25% off. So make your wish list. I just saw your comment, Donna. Yes. He does do, sometimes I read that stuff and I go, oh my God, what do I do? Do I do anything? Am I like the worst wife ever? I work. I do. That is cute. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put in burnt orange. That's going to be next. And that is going to do the outside of the pumpkin. So whatever color you want for the outside of the pumpkin. You welcome, Anna. Make your list. Yeah, and that'll be a special for people that are here in the sew along. And I don't know, if you have a friend, you can be like, hey, A1's going to do a... So either email me at my email address or email me at my email address or send an email to the store, and I'll just do it through the weekend. So through Sunday. Right? It's that time of year. We got to do special stuff. We're not doing the Christmas list. So let's do like fun special sales. If you don't know what design she has, I was showing you designs earlier from Checker. It's Checker Distributors. And you can go on there. It's going to give you the retail pricing, and you can look at all her designs. You can go to her website too. So she's got a great website, and you can go on there and just send me a list of whatever you want. Just know I don't have everything in stock, or I imagine I'll sell out of stuff. So I'll order on Monday, and then from there it'll be about a week. What color thread did you do the swirl in the pumpkin? I used sand. And sand looks pretty, looks like a light gold when you stitch it out. So I love it. Sand. Yeah, so if you saw me use anything today, just put Janine Babich sew along, and we'll do 15% off whatever, like if there were products that you saw, like if you want the spray, or if you want the point turner, or whatever you want, just put 50% off. Like you can do your purchase online, and then if you want any of the designs, we'll do those 25% off through Sunday. Next color. What color are we doing next? That is burnt orange. Now we're going to do the pumpkin vine and stitch. I'm going to do willow and then medium brown. So here's the vine right here. I did the vine and willow. And then, oh, I did not do medium brown. Remember, I'm doing burnt orange. So that's going to be in burnt orange too. But if you're on the light one, and I did it with medium brown was the color I used for lettering. But use whatever makes you happy. Does that look so good? I don't know if you can, there. It's looking amazing. Here we go. All right, I'm going to put in the willow, and that's going to do the little vine. We are almost done. The only thing we have left to do is the vine, the letter stitching on the very top, and then we're going to put the ribbon on, the ribbon and the back on. And then we're ready to trim it out. Woo-hoo. Here we go. This is willow. So the color I'm using right now is willow. This one looks so good, I think. With the orange and the green and the brown. Looks so pretty. And the grunge. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the burnt orange. And that's gonna stitch out the lettering on the very top. And then we'll put on the ribbon. And take your time. If you're like behind, don't worry. You'll have the video. This will just go straight up onto YouTube. And you'll be able to watch along if you want. I think you kind of got it though, right? Once you get through the first one, you kind of get the idea. This is 6 minutes of stitching. 5 or 6 minutes of stitching. If you have a Luminaire or Solaris and you don't have this 9.5 by 14 inch hoop, I did buy some during the Brothers sale, so I have them. They're normally, I want to say they're normally $279.99, and our special is $139.99. So if you don't have this one, it's the 9.5 by 14. You can send me a note. I think I only have like 3 or 4, but I can order some more at that and give you that special price too. No worries, Story. Like, it's fun to do a sew along. And there's a lot of us here at the store, so we kind of spread it out, and everyone can give you can get a little flavor, different flavor from each of the instructors or the employees that work here, because they're all so talented. And sometimes you just see us here in the store, but I think it was so fun to have Dana do a sew along, and Miss Karen's been doing them, and you guys got to sit and sew with Michelle yesterday. She's like a wealth of knowledge. Part of the reason we do them too is we want to get you stitching. I don't want your stuff I don't want your machine just sitting there. We want, and it's kind of fun to just do them together. We want to get you guys sewing. What do the Martelli pinking shears run? I want to say the Martelli pinking shears are, I think they're $59.99, but we'll have some specials going on during the Martelli event, which is going to happen on the 9th, December 9th. If you can't wait, then send me a note. I'll do something special for you, Miss Betty. I mean, for this sew along, you can just ask for the JB Janine Babich sew along price. It'll be 15% off. Miss Cindy, I'm glad you found us too. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. How are they going to do the sizing for the t-shirts? So she's told me that they have, the sizes are going to be everywhere from XL, all like an XS, like extra small, all the way up to a 3XL, I think. And I'll ask her. Let me send a note and see if we can reserve sizes. And if so, then I'll reach out. But I think they're going to just be bringing them with them. But that would make sense if you could reserve sizes. I'll send her a note. Okay, get your ribbon, your 2 back pieces, your tape. We're getting close. So we're about half an hour over, but now you get an idea how long this is going to take. And this is a great project that if you have something else to do, because right now I could be piecing or I could be prepping for another project. So this is a good, there's some stitch out parts that take a long time. So it would be a good one to do when you have when you're doing another project. I always like to double fist my projects. Looks cute. Okay, we're gonna lay down our ribbon. So
Fancy as you want. And this is just for piecing now?
Well, I mean,
Like straight stitch only?
I need some decorative stitching, but not a lot. And, the biggest thing is really the,
okay, raw edge to the right. Folded edge inside. Line up this edge right here with the outside edge of your satin stitch. You could line it up with the inside edge too. Just be consistent, whichever way you do it. Oh my goodness, we're almost done. I love stitching with you guys because then I don't have I was going to say then I don't have UFOs, but I have tons of UFOs. I like I like just setting up a time where we sew together, which I think is fun. Okay, folded right side down, fold up here, and then we're going to grab your other piece, and you should be a 1/4 inch over this edge where the stitch is. This one, right side down, overlap 1/2 inch up here, and it could be more than that. It doesn't have to be exactly 1/2 inch. And then this laid on top of this side. We're going to put 2 more pieces of tape. Whoa! I'm going to lay this down here. You want it to cover where it comes together because you don't want the foot to go under there and tear up your project. Flatten this out. Go ahead and take this piece and lay it down here so the foot doesn't get caught there. And you could tape your corners if you wanted. If you wanted to do that, you could. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead. I still have my burnt orange in there. I'm just going to leave it. I am going to go ahead and just hold that down because it does go over this first. And I want to flatten this piece of ribbon down so it doesn't push that fabric. And I'm just going to stop it. I'm going to stop it, let it stitch. When it gets over here, I'm going to stop it again. Okay, because I want to flatten that down. Make sure this is nice and taut. And again, if you're feeling stressed about that foot coming at you so fast, you can hold down your start-stop button, and it's going to sew really slowly until I take my finger off that button. Okay, I'm going to take my finger off, and now it's going to resume regular speed. Oh, wait. Like, shut off for a second. Got nervous. So, don't put your finger in there. Use something. Use a stiletto. This is just your corner turner. Use something. So you're not going to get tempted to put your finger where the needle's going to go. And it's going to sing. There we go. We are done. Let's go ahead and take it over here. I just use a cutaway. But you can use, if you use the tearaway, you're going to tear it away. I don't know. Tearaway to me is a little like crunchier. Yeah.
It's pretty. No, I just was seeing how it's developing.
Oh, it's so
You've
cute.
been sewing all day.
Sure have been.
Takes a lot of stitches, huh?
It's like, it's probably, I allocated 3 hours, but it's definitely more like 4 hours. So I'm going to pop this out of the hoop because it's done. I got really nervous for a second. I was like, was I really done? I don't know about you guys, but I have popped projects out of the hoop that weren't done.
It's a good thing we have cameras and scanners.
Yeah. And most of the time you can get it back in there and use your camera and your scanner, but like, I wouldn't do that with a tiling scene. Like, you need that outline stitch to be perfect, and I've popped it out before that. Okay.
Do we have any more of these?
What's
I need
that
one for Carol Kitchenmeister.
Is she here?
No, she called. She called earlier. I was just trying to find a good time to interrupt.
Is she coming down, or am I sending it to her?
Not till later. I think she's gonna.
I think we're gonna have them come in today or tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm just gonna leave the bundle on your desk.
Yep.
With Carol Kitchenmaster's name on it, and it needs a pattern.
Okay.
And
Okay.
This is done, except for with the stabilizer list as well.
Got it. So 1/4 inch. I'm sorry about the glare that you have. But if you use tearaway, you're going to pull away all the tearaway to that edge stitch. Just rip out all the tearaway right now. If you did a no-show mesh or something, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. And I'm going to cut it across right here just from the back side. And it's close together, but don't worry about it. It's probably going to be less than that 1/4 inch. And then I'll trim them. I'm not even like taking my blade and going up and down. I'm just pushing it. That's how easy it goes through this stabilizer. But like I said, if you have the tear away, you're just going to tear it away to that edge stitch. Okay. There we go. Let me take off the tape. Heat up your iron too. We're going to be putting steam-a-seam to seal it up. We're going to be fusing the thermal on to give it body, to make it like stand up and be like nice and full. All right. All right, and then you're gonna trim these corner. Oops, forgot an edge. It was ugly looking on one side. All right, so these corners I like to do a double clip, and I like to go one way. And I tell people, don't be corner greedy. Don't feel like you have to get right on that stitch. You're going to regret it because you need a little support there. Like, that's as corner greedy as I get. Can you see that? Just like that. I mean, I have gotten closer before, but you don't have to get that close. Okay. Okay, let's clip the other ones. We're going to trim the other ones. How are we doing? Yes, Nora, put something together. Let's get you some fun. And I think the idea of a Janine Babich Club is fantastic. Like, how much fun will that be? Some of you are not Kimberbell people. That's totally fine. Let's do some Janine Babich too. We should do OESD and Janine Babich and Sweet Pea and Juju. You guys don't need sleep. Oh my God, did you see that? I literally went like this. Okay. That's okay because it's the outside and not to the inside. Okay, I'm going to trim this one down and then we'll do our corners. All right, let me get this all out of the way. Let's clean up. I'm going to trim the corners. We're going to put the Thermalon on. I don't know. I like to cut it twice in the corners. It makes me feel fancy. I'm like, I don't cut it just once. I cut it twice.
It's been a good day for that. Like I've been shipping today, but like today's been a better day from
That's awesome. Well, thank you for that, because I'm definitely in the market.
Okay, I'm trimmed. Ready to go. Let's do our thermal on. Let me get this out of the way because every once in a while I'll get tired and I'll iron on my cutting mat. I don't think I've ever ruined one. I think I've like done it and just realized right away. So they said to put your thermal on the back side of your embroidered side. Don't put it on this side because you have to turn this right side out. You can't do that if you have the thermal on closing that up. So we're gonna put this on here. Oh, and it did say to take out the stitch for the ribbon, didn't it? Hang on, let me grab my instructions. So, page 3. Where are you, page 3? Here we are. Page 3. Fuse a second layer of fleece to the back of the embroidery design. Don't skip this step. Turn each panel right side out. Use a point turner to push out the corners. Press the panel. Done. Did I miss it? I think it said... And then seal and remove the ribbon placement line. So you're going to see that Jeannie didn't read the instructions and I never removed my ribbon placement line, but that's going to be this line that goes straight across. So we're going to want to take that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and fuse this first. And we're going to go ahead and take this and put it here and make sure that you center it to the design. Here we go. And this might be a thing where I feel like some moisture is going to help because it's thicker, right? Steam, probably. I'm not a big steam person. I really want to make sure the fusible is on the right side. I do not put water in here, but this is the store iron, and it looks like there is water in this one. No.
So the only consideration is I'm not here next Saturday, but I'm here almost all the time between
Okay, when I turn my stuff right side out, I turn one side. Camera was asking me to update. My camera has the worst timing. No, we're not going to update my phone right now. Hi, Naomi. Good to see you. Okay. One side. Be gentle. And then poke your corners. Oh my God, it looks so good. I have 2 corner. I love both of these. These are like children, and I love them for different reasons. This is my OESD one. This is my Clover one. I'll use them both. When you do the corners, just kind of bounce it a little bit. Don't push too hard. And if you are using the OESD one, my advice for you is I never use the little end, ever. Because I have used it, and I've gone right through the corner. And that's always a bummer, okay? So now I'm going to turn the other end. Gentle. You don't want to rip the side seams. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is I'm going to push it in this way so it doesn't. go to the back side, although the fabric's the same. And I can tell you right now, it does make a huge difference. A huge difference to have the that extra layer of thermal on in the back. Like if you look at mine, like this, compared to this, you're going to see this one is even like wavy and a little bit crunchier. And this one is nice and full and flat. And I could press this one flat, I'm sure. But that second layer makes a huge difference. Last thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get some Steam-A-Seam. I like Steam-A-Seam light. 1/4 inch is my favorite size. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right here and rip it. You have one side that's the paper side, one side that's the sticky side. We're going to take the oh, and I should have done this before I turned this. So for the other ones, it's going to go on the side that has the fold. I'm just going to put it down here so I can get to it. You want it pretty close to the edge. You don't want it too far from the edge. I'm just going to put it right down here. So I actually put it on the flat side. And I'm just making sure it's going to be right where that edge is going to fold over. And I'm going to iron it down. You know you've ironed it down well enough when the paper like comes away and it doesn't like... I've like ironed it down and it doesn't... It like still is attached to the paper. Don't grab it yet. It's going to be hot. Hot. There. And that's going to leave... Can you even see it? Oh yeah, here. You can see it from that angle. Do you see that? It leaves a layer of fusible right there. I'll pull that off. And then this is a permanent bond. So cute. And the last thing we are going to do is we'll remove that black stitch that's up at the very top. I'm not going to do it right now, but just know that you're going to want to rip out that top stitch. Okay, let's do one more. So we're going to go ahead and let's fuse. Let's take this and fuse it. You're fusing it to the embroidered side, not the side with the back fabric. Yeah, we spent the whole day together. And another project complete. I like hearing that. Okay, this one we're going to do differently because we'll put the Steam-A-Seam on. I wasn't thinking about that. So we're going to turn one side. Be gentle. You don't want to bust this stitch right here. We're birthing the baby. You want to be gentle. Here, I'll use the big end. And bounce. And bounce. Don't use the little end. I feel like I love the clover one. The clover has a little bit of a sharper point, but again, don't get too aggressive with it. Okay, we're going to put our Steam-A-Seam right here on this folded edge. So grab it here. It'll be easier to iron when it's flat like this. And you want to put it close to the fold. Nice and close to the fold. It's easier to do it like this than the way I did it before. So the sticky side you put on the fabric. The paper side face up. And if you adhere it enough, this should come away really easily and just leave that sticky edge. Okay? Oh, shoot. I should have probably left that until I flipped it. But it's going to be okay. It's not so sticky. It's not so sticky that it's gonna start sticking to everything. You've got some time. But I could have left the paper on until I did the flip. Maybe by the third one I can get it perfect. So cute. We'll go ahead. I'm going to press this inward towards the back, but not here yet because I don't want that to seal. I'm going to press it inward here. Especially, so if you want to make your kit go even further, like you could use a different fabric for the back. You don't have to use the same fabric on the back and the front. If you want to make this your leaf fabric so you can do even more, then just use a different fabric on the back side. I'm going to tuck this in, pull it up, put this down. That should be good. My steam-a-seam light's already there. I'm just going to hold it down till it does that permanent bond, and this one is done. You know what? I don't want a UFO. I'm just going to do the next one too. Oh my God. Are these so cute? Last one. Let's do it. Where are you? Where's my thumb? Here we are. Uh-oh. This piece is too big. Hang on. Too big. Let me just trim this. 4 1/8. I had some pieces that I don't know why I had cut them 4 1/2. That's one of these. Okay, on the embroidered side. Oh my goodness, I hope you guys do lots of Janine. Do not put your iron down on the side that's bumpy. You're going to get all that fusible right onto your iron. Well, thank you for sewing with me for the day. You guys are you going to get sick of A1? You're like, I sewed with you yesterday too. And the day before. Isn't this nice though? Like you don't have to pack up the big machine, and I know I love in-person classes. Those are fun too. But it's kind of nice to not have to get all your stuff together, and then if you forget something. Okay, I'm going to flip one side first. Poke out your corners. Never get sick of A1. Aw, thanks, Ellie. Okay, maybe I'll just press this side in now. All right. Steam a seam, but this time we'll leave the tape on the side that has the paper part. So they make this steam a seam light. There's a 1/4 inch, and then there is also a 1/2 inch. I feel like I use the 1/4 inch more, but there's a time and a place for everything. I'm gonna leave the paper on this time. Let's flip it. Hat. Hat. Pull this up towards the back so it's not showing on the front side. I'm gonna pull off this now. It's coming off perfectly because I did a good job of adhering it down. Although, why am I getting a pinch over here? There we go. Pull down, pull up. Make sure everything's nice and flat. Press it. Okay, what I learned is I feel like the Thermalon is a must because my end result is so much better with this one than my other one. You have to have both of those layers for sure. Maybe this will just look better with a good press. And I never seamed it shut, but I really think it needs that extra layer. But here we go. Let's take a look. We've got Happy Thanksgiving, and I think it looks so cute. And then if you did the light colorway, it's gonna look like that. And if you are just watching and you didn't get anything, you can order the pattern, and we have I want to say we have probably 5 or 6 of the fabric kits left in the dark colorway. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. That was super fun. I love getting a project done with you. I think we have some sew-alongs. I think all next week. Was it next week that we have them? So hopefully we'll be seeing you again soon. And 25% off Janine Babich patterns. Just email me your list. I don't think I have them all online, and you can look at Checker Distributors, or you can go to her website. And then if there's anything else that you saw me use in the sew along that you want, just say JB Janine Babich sew along, and I will give you 15%. If you don't put anything in your notes, then I might not notice it and you might not get your discount. You have to write it in your notes so I know that you were in the sew along and that you get that. So just make sure you add that information. I will see you later. Bye, guys.